We're back at Kauffman Stadium, game 2 of 4, the Indians' final road stop of the regular season. The Tribe faithful are on hand. We have Lima set to face a lineup put together by Eric Wedge and brought to you by Rico. Sizemore leading off in center. Coco is in left. Peralta at short. And Hafner, who's had great numbers against the Royals this year, hitting clean up the DH, followed by Martinez behind the plate. Belliard at second. Hernandez playing first base tonight. That's the only switch in the lineup. Aaron Boone at third and Casey Blake in right field.
And pitching for Kansas City tonight, Jose Lima. Lima making his 31st start, 5-16 the record, with a huge 6.95 earned run average. Fastball, slider, a splitter, and a changeup. Very little margin or no margin for error, basically. His fastball now only touching around 89 miles an hour. And when he doesn't hit his spots, he is prone to giving up the long ball. He has allowed 30 home runs already this year. That is third in the league. Behind Lima defensively in the outfield from left to right, Diaz, Ambrose, and Brown. Tien, Baroja, Blanco, and Huber around the infield. Andres Blanco, good defensive player, just one error in 88 chances. And John Buck doing the catching.
Indians now 90-63. They are 48-30 on the road as this season is winding down. Here is Jose Lima. You see the outing that he had last Sunday. He was matched up against CC Sabathia, and CC got the better of it, shutting him out 11-0. And after the game, he paid a lot of high compliments to the Indians and the kind of offense that they have and the way they're playing right now. And I think everybody's starting to take note of that. There aren't a lot of teams, Mike, right now that are going to want to take on the Tribe, I guarantee you.
For a number of different reasons. I mean, they're playing baseball, good baseball, in all facets of the game. Offense, pitching, defense.
Here's Sizemore coming to the plate. Last 17 games, they've won 15, averaging almost 6 runs a game, hitting almost 300. The numbers are just good everywhere you look. And the first pitch is ball 1 as we are underway at Kauffman Stadium. On kind of a cloudy Friday night. There will be some fireworks for the fans after the game here. 5 hits, first 5-hit ball game by the Indians this year. And that's a called strike. 68 degrees at game time. Tony Randazzo's behind the plate. Jerry Lane at first. Paul Immel at second. And Ed Montague is down at third. Indians have defeated Kansas City 8 straight times now, Mike. And the numbers in that streak for the Indians are very lopsided.
Yeah, pretty one-sided, no question about it. But the Indians have, I mean, they're a different ball club. We talked about it when we were in Chicago, that, I mean, this is not the same ball club the team saw in April and May.
There's a fly ball slicing toward the seats down the left field line, and it'll drop out of play. Here are the numbers of the last 8 meetings. They have outscored Kansas City 63-22. 32-1 in runs scored from the 7th inning on.
That's pretty much domination right there.
And of course, Buddy Bell was with the Indians when they got off to that staggering start. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. But as we mentioned last night, he still keeps pretty close tabs on Eric Wedge and the rest of the Indians. It's a full count on the first hitter as we're just underway in Kansas City, Missouri. And he strikes him out. So Sizemore, that string of 5 straight hits is ended as Lima gets the strikeout. Let's take a look at the storylines that we'll be tracking during the course of our game tonight. And closing in on the Central, just a game and a half separating the Indians and the White Sox from the start. Well, the starting pitching has been delightful for the Tribe, and a royal flush. Kansas City has lost 100 games for the 3rd time in 4 years. Number 100 coming last night. And a strike to Coco Crisp. Lima making his 4th start against the Indians this year. He is 1 win, 1 loss, 1 no decision. And it'll be the 3rd time in a row he's been matched up against Sabathia. There is a strike.
Well, all the wondering and concern that we had last night after that swing, John sees Coco, and then he hit the home run, and we followed him into the dugout. Looked like he might have pulled something. He was tweaking his side. Got a case of some bad soap.
Huh. So it was a rash.
He had a rash
not
that
an
was
injury.
itchy.
He wasn't feeling for pain. He was feeling for relief, obviously. He did a little scratching. 1-2 the count on Crisp against right-handers. Highest batting average in the league, and Hafner is not far behind. Coco also has hit very well on the road. And that's strike 3. Coco didn't like the call. And he very seldom says anything.
I think he thought this was low as you take a look at where the catcher John Buck caught it. Now it depends on where it was when it crossed the plate, the plane of the plate. A lot of times as a hitter, John, you'll look back and that catcher who catches the ball, if he catches the ball palms down, when you look back as a hitter, you think that ball is down around your ankles, but the fact may be that when it crossed the plate, it was knee high. See, right there, he caught that ball kind of palms down and then brought it back up.
It was called a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 strikeouts in a row for Lima to start the night, and Peralta fouls it away. Johnny Peralta's hit safely in 3 straight. He has a home run against the right-hander, the veteran Lima, this year. It came on Sunday, the 18th of September. He and Hafner hit home runs. Hafner has 2 home runs against Lima this season. Sizemore also has a homer against Lima. He backs Peralta off the plate. Counts 2-2. 2 down, nobody on. We're just underway. There's Pronk. Travis Hafner to follow. The Yankees have already taken an early lead in their game against Toronto. They scored early and scoring often so far tonight. We'll keep track of what's happening with New York and Boston. Boston playing in Baltimore. And of course Chicago getting started about this same time at home against Minnesota. Changeup is bounced to third. Tien's throw in time, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning. A good start for Lima. Let's see what kind of start we get from CC as we go to the bottom of the first on FSN Ohio. Indians went in order. Let's see what kind of a lineup Buddy Bell has in store tonight. Leading off in center field, Chip Ambrose. It's Matt Diaz in left. Emil Brown is in right. Matt Stairs, the DH, hitting cleanup, followed by Angel Barroa at short. John Buck behind the plate. Buck Tien, 2 of his 5 home runs, including that grand slam against the Indians this year. He's at third. Justin Huber is at first, and Andres Blanco bats ninth, plays second.
And CC Sabathia makes his 30th start of the year. CC 14-10. 4.07 the earned run average. Fastball, slurve, changeup. He has been on cruise control since August 1st. Has won 8 of his last 9 with a 1.99 earned run average, and he has been a royal pain to the Royals. 3-1 with a 1.67 earned run average in 4 starts against KC this year.
And he has given up just 2 runs in the month of September. He has been dynamite. He's only the 2nd Indians pitcher to make 100 starts before the age of 24, and the other was Bob Feller. That's a good fastball at 94 for strike 2. Ambrose 1 for 4 last night. He's 3 for 10 against CC. It'll be Ambrose, Diaz, and Brown for the Royals as they bat here in the bottom of the first inning. A lot of rain overnight and through the middle part of the day. Chopped foul at home plate. He's still alive. And it's rather gray right now. So we're hoping that we get this ball game in and be able to improve things weather-wise for the game Saturday and Sunday.
And a little chilly by KC standards even at this time of the year. Just 68 degrees tonight.
25-year-old CC Sabathia misses away. Well, speed pitch, a changeup.
John, the difference for CC over his last 9 or 10 starts has been his ability. He smoothed out his delivery, slowed it down a little bit, got it under command and control.
High fly ball, well hit to left center field. Coco on the move at the warning track, at the wall. It's gone. Well, that's the start for Chip Ambrose. He goes deep. Just his 4th home run, and CC gives up a leadoff dinger, 1-0 KC.
Well, I was going to say he's been able to locate his fastball on both sides of the plate, but he didn't do it right there. Didn't get it where he wanted to. and got stunned as Ambrose hits his 4th home run of the year and gives the Royals a 1-0 lead.
First run allowed by CC in his last 11 innings, and Diaz fouls it off for strike 1. CC got ahead in the count, and then Ambrose caught one. Kansas City was a team that CC had a lot of success against early in his career. Leaving it out at 1 ball, 1 strike. Sabathia has pitched well on the road, a 10-4 record. ERA of 3.79, 393-foot home run.
Well, and it looks like, if you believe the smoke, he hit it into the wind, because that smoke's coming our way.
Yes, it is.
From the fireworks heading right back from center field in toward home plate.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Diaz 2 for 3 against Sabathia last Sunday, and he fouls it out of play. And leaving it out at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and you can see that smoke making its way from center field, covering the infield, and then it'll soon be here in the booth, and then it'll be gone, I guess.
Open the back door.
Yeah. No, don't. Everything will blow out if you do. Now, time called. I think maybe a little equipment problem for Victor. I'm not sure. He was kind of messing with his mask, and now he's going to go down.
Glove. Looks like the webbing of the glove.
You're right. He's going to get himself a new mitt. And Sabathia will wait. Gives up the leadoff home run. That's one of the things the starters have been doing well. Like, they have not given up many home runs, and the Indians have been hitting them by the dozens practically.
Well, and you know what? Yeah, we've gotten spoiled because they haven't. But if you're going to give up a home run, make it a solo shot. Don't walk a couple of guys or a base hit or a grand slam like last night that let Kansas City back into the ball game. You got to figure that the way this Indians offense has been going lately, this game is not going to end 1-0. Take a look at the defense while we got a chance here. Brought to you by Elk & Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries around the outfield. It will be Chris Sizemore and Blake. Grady Sizemore 4th among American League center fielders with a fielding average of .992. Boone, Peralta, Belliard, and Hernandez 3rd to 1st. And Victor Martinez has a new glove, and he'll head back behind the plate.
So now we're set to go. Different looking mitt instead of the black one that he had to start. You know, .998 fielding percentage means he hasn't made very many errors, and that's the case because he's only made 3. Victor coming back, but it kicks in and out of the seats. So the count remains 2-2. You know, early in the year when CC was struggling, went through that downtime, one of the problems that he had was pitching with men on base. And he's improved in that area. Of course, he hasn't had a lot of people on base in the month of September.
Well, his off-speed stuff has been very good too. His changeup and his curveball.
Got a piece of that one. It's still a 2-ball, 2-strike count. As you probably noticed, Mike Sweeney is having some recurring back problems, not in the lineup for Buddy Bell again tonight. He had 3 lefties in the lineup against Lee last night, just 2 lefties in there tonight. Hit on the ground to Johnny Peralta. Over to Hernandez, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Emil Brown. He was 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. Emil 2 for 11 against Sabathia this year as he stands in. Hitting .287. Had a couple of walks last night, so he was on base a couple of times. Matt Stairs moves out on deck. Indians winners of 15 of 17, and Kansas City in the past 10 has been playing a little better. They're 6-4. Averaging over 5 runs a game, a team batting average of .299, 20 doubles, 9 homers. But they've only hit 47 home runs in this ballpark, which is the fewest in a decade. Matter of fact, you have to go back to when they switched from the turf to the grass. 1 ball, 1 strike on Brown. 1-0 Royals. That's a fastball outside.
Well, this ball club severely lacks power, John. No question about it. They're last in the league with 115 home runs. There are only 57 home runs in the lineup tonight. Make that 58 now.
Base hit. Past Belliard into right. Second hit of the inning. Emil Brown gets aboard. That's his first hit of the series. Let's update what's happening in the playoff battle starting in Chicago. Sox batting in the bottom of the first. Twins did not score in the top of the first. Minnesota winning in extra innings last night. In Baltimore, the Orioles have a 2-1 lead over Boston. They're batting in the bottom of the second inning. The Yankees bottom of the third, and they have jumped ahead of Toronto 4-0. Powering pop-up. It'll reach the seats. Hernandez comes over, but it's well back out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Kansas City had a chance to have a big first inning in the ball game last night. Stairs with the bases loaded, nobody out, hit into a double play. Took all the wind out of the sails in that inning.
Yeah, they were able to get a grand slam home run later, but that could have been a big inning early for Kansas City.
Stairs swings and misses. And this is the first time that Matt Stairs has been matched up against CC Sabathia. Usually the big swinging left-hander will be on the bench when Sabathia is pitching, but minus Sweeney, he is the cleanup hitter tonight. One and 2. CC's thrown 20 pitches so far in this first inning. Sabathia 6'7", 290.
And right now, CC in search of. He hasn't found the rhythm yet. Hasn't been able to get. That was a breaking ball that hung high. Hasn't been able to get the ball down in the zone.
Swing and a miss.
Did there. That's a good pitch right there. Took something off and had Stairs really fooled. Good curveball down and away.
Now, CC likes to call that a slurve, and I guess that it can have more break than sometimes, maybe be a little harder.
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah, he will change tilt, his arm angle, and he'll also change speeds with it, make it a little bigger at times.
Baroa bounces it left side. Boone will cut it off, flip to second, and that'll do it. The inning is over. But a leadoff home run by Chip Ambrose gives Kansas City the lead. We'll see hitters 3, 4, and 5 when we return. Hafner, owner of a 6-game hitting streak, takes the first pitch from Jose Lima high and away. He will lead off for the Indians. Down a run as they bat in the second inning. Kansas City got the leadoff homer and a single in the first inning against Sabathia, who's still trying to settle in. A good first inning for Lima. He struck out 2 and got a ground ball, and it gets it back to 1-1. A 3-run home run by Jermaine Dye has spotted the White Sox a 3-0 lead. They have probably their best pitcher going in that ball game tonight. Contreras. That's too tight. And it's 2-1. Hafner against Lima this year, 2 for 5, both homers.
Homered in the first inning against Jose in their last meeting.
Off the plate outside at 90 miles an hour. Here's our Subway toasted sub, who's hot. Homers in 5 straight games. 9 for 19, 6 homers, 16 runs batted in the last 5. And he's got 9 homers, 22 runs batted in the month of September. And he draws the walk. And Hafner's willing to do that, Mike. He'll take those walks.
Well, and Jose Lima is a guy who is not going to challenge. If he doesn't have to, he is not going to challenge, especially a guy like Travis Hafner. But that can get him into trouble too, because here in the middle of this Indian batting order, he's going to have to pitch to somebody.
Victor Martinez 1 for 4 last night, and like Hafner, he has a 6-game hitting streak. See the on-base percentage at .414, third best in the league. He's among the league leaders in a lot of categories. Hit slowly to second base. They'll get one there on the first, not in time. It was a long throw for Blanco to get Hafner at second, and by the time they got the relay back to first, Victor, who's not real fast, was able to beat it.
Yeah, you can see how far to his left Blanco has to go. He's covering ground because the first baseman was holding Hafner on, and they almost did turn that double play. It's very close as you take a second look here.
Yeah, it was bang bang.
It sure was.
Jerry Lane went out with the hands flat, so the runners at first with one out now for Ronnie Belliard. Belliard pulls it foul past Joel Skinner down the third base line. Joel coaching there. Jeff Datz over at first. The Indians so far on this road trip, 3 wins, that one disappointing loss in Chicago. They'll try to keep it going with tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday remaining for the road schedule in the regular season.
And the Indians have been a good road team this year.
Line hard, but foul in and out of the seats down the left field line.
48 wins on the road, one more than the White Sox
They
have.
have more wins on the road than anybody in the American League, and just one short of what St. Louis has. In team history, in '54 they won 52, 48 so far in 2005, matching the total from a couple of years ago. That's bounced in there. Nice pick by the catcher John Buck. 1-2 on Ronnie Belliard. Ronnie 3 for 12 in his career against Jose Lima.
See how the night goes for John Buck. Watching him last night and through the year, John, he's a guy who likes to catch the ball like in the dirt
Rather than block it? Is that
rather
what you're
than
saying?
block it, and that can get you in trouble. I mean, he backhanded that ball very nicely right there.
But that's not the easiest thing to do with a catcher's mitt.
It's not, and your catchers are taught to just drop down, keep that ball in front of you. Don't try to catch it. Keep it in front of you, because if you try to catch it, there are going to be some bad bounces that are going to get by you.
Ronnie Belliard not in the lineup last week when Lehman. That one bounces away, and Victor Martinez will go to second, so the tying run is in scoring position.
See, he didn't square up his body. He got a little lazy. That right shoulder, he didn't turn that right shoulder in. See, right here, watch him. He doesn't turn his right shoulder in. He leaves that right shoulder open, and the ball bounces away from him. Remember Sandy Alomar? He used to do it well. It looked like at the end he tried to get that shoulder around, but he wasn't able to do it early enough, and Victor went to second base.
And now that tying run is in scoring position.
That's what happens when you don't keep the ball in front of you as a catcher.
2-2 to Belliard. Again, it's down. Ronnie had a notion but laid off, and it'll be a full count. Lima, 32 years old. He's about to turn 33 at the end of the month. Lives in Texas now, but born in the Dominican Republic. 6'2", 210. Signed originally by the Tigers as a non-drafted free agent, and he went to Houston for a while, back to Detroit. He was with the Dodgers last year, won 13 games for Los Angeles. Swing and a miss, an off-speed pitch. Strikeout number 3, out number 2 here in the inning.
Third strikeout of the night for Lima, and it looked like a slider cut fastball down and away. Belliard went out, tried to pull it, and couldn't get to it.
Well, now here's Jose Hernandez, who has 4 career home runs against Lima. In the lineup, even though Lima is a right-handed batter, and primarily it's been Broussard when a righty's on the mound, and it's been Hernandez against the lefty. Slowed down by the glove, but Baroa can't get it. It's into shallow center, and here comes the tying run. Well, everybody had a shot at that ball, but nobody could get to it. So the Indians have come back to tie it up.
Wasn't hit hard. Lima tries to reach out and get it with his bare hand, and did. Caught it on the tip of the finger, but then Baroja, it changes directions here. Baroja trying to get to it. Didn't get a real good jump on it, and then couldn't get to the ball. Couldn't knock it down. And Victor Martinez able to come all the way around and score. So the wild pitch sets up the run for the Indians.
Single and an RBI for Hernandez, the 31st RBI for Jose, and we're tied at 1. The Indians have been doing this a lot, Mike. The other team scores, they're able to come right back and figure out a way to get on the board.
Well, and good teams take advantage of the opponent's errors, miscues.
That is outside. Aaron Boone is hit Lima very well so far this year. He's 4 for 5 against him. In his this year, 7 for 18 with a home run in his career. A 2-out RBI single after the wild pitch. And for Lima, that was just his 4th wild pitch this year. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Victor doing a little leg work on the bases. He moved up on the wild pitch and then scored on that little dribbler that kind of pinballed into center field.
Beat out that double play.
And Baltimore is leading 3-1, as we just showed you, over Boston. And we'll keep track. The Indians a game and a half ahead of Boston in the wild card. A game and a half behind the White Sox in the Central. Runner at first, 2 down. Indians and the Royals tied at 1. He almost threw that one away. It's 2-2. Very emotional guy on the mound, Mike. He's always been that way.
Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not so good if you let it get to you.
But he's kind of fun to watch because he will give you fist pumps and he'll go along the bench between innings, get his teammates fired up. That's outside. And he'll often have conversations with himself. Full count. Another full count.
And a good spot here. If Aaron can plug a gap, Jose will be off and running with the pitch. Full count, 2 out.
Aaron, 3 hits and an RBI in the ball game last night. The Indians and the Royals tied at 1. And now time called. Casey Blake, the number 9 hitter to follow. And the runner goes. The ball's hit on the ground to short. The only play is to first. It's in time to get Boone and retire the side. But a 2-out base hit by Hernandez scores Victor Martinez, and we're tied at 1. Bottom of number 2 is next. Like Geico, a 15-minute phone call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Alltel. Come and get your love. Alltel. It'll be Buck, Tien, and Huber to bat against CC Sabathia. Let's see if CC can get settled in. He did get a strikeout on a fielder's choice to end the first inning after giving up a leadoff home run to Chip Ambrose. His first pitch is in there for strike 1, a 95-mile-an-hour Sabathia fastball. Billy Doran coaches at first for Buddy Bell. Luis Silverio is down at third. Doran, a new addition since Buddy came over and took over the manager's job. That's fouled back. Silverio was here before. There's Billy Doran and the third base coach. No balls, 2 strikes the count. John Buck 1 for 8 against CC this year. Sabathia making his 5th start against Kansas City. He bounces at foul left side. He does have a home run in his career off Sabathia. A team, Kansas City, that CC used to just beat up on early on in his career. If you look at his numbers now for CC, 68 wins at the age of 25, and he just turned 25, and he swings and misses. Victor will throw to first, and that will complete the strikeout.
Well, the hunt for October continues. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays in town September 27th to the 29th. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Another important series. Get your tickets today. 866-48-TRIBE. Visit any of the Indians team shops, or you can also go online at Indians.com. And the Indians saying today, good tickets available in all areas. So if you want to see this ball club play, get out there.
And it should be an exciting week.
That series and the White Sox series.
Those final 6 games. Ball 1 is away to Mark Tien. 0 for 5 against Sabathia. And CC coming into tonight, he has 2 strikeouts. He's averaging 7 per 9 innings. His offense is getting him just under 5 runs a game. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. CC, Mike, really in the last month and a half or so has looked so comfortable on the mound.
Much more in command.
He hit that one a couple of times. It's strike 2. Well, the book on Tien is that he does not have much power. He showed you he has 5 homers, 2 against the Indians, but there was nothing cheap about that one he hit up into the fountains last night. I guarantee you that. He hit that ball a long way. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts, and 3 of the last 4 down on strikes for Sabathia.
One thing Tian does have, he's got 28 doubles. As you look at CC again going down and away with that. That's that slurve, John, and he drops down a little bit now. The left-handers gets it to break big, almost like a slider.
That's why he likes to call it the slurve, I guess, huh? 2 outs, nobody on. Huber's hit safely in 3 straight. He had a double last night. He scored what was the go-ahead run. Take a look at the pitch grips for Sabathia.
Throws the circle changeup. You can see that lower left, and then the little slurve, and his 4-seam fastball works it across all 4 seams.
It's no balls, 2 strikes now on the number 8 hitter in Buddy Bell's lineup tonight. I mentioned the Royals have won 6 of their last 10. The 4 losses in that 10-game stretch, all to the Cleveland Indians. Line foul right side. Comes all the way back to CC. No balls, 2 strikes. It was all smiles talking with Andy at the start of our telecast tonight about new baby daughter. Everybody's back home. Everybody's doing well. Congratulations to CC and Amber. That's outside. And a belated, I think, happy birthday to Bob Pennell, one of our producer directors here on FSN Ohio. If I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken, his birthday was a couple of days ago, and I kept forgetting to mention it. Fouled back out of play.
He'll forgive you. In fact, he'd probably have you sooner forget it.
That's probably true. I know that would be true of me. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. A couple of strikeouts here in the 2nd inning for Sabathia. Broken bat. It hits off CC, and CC's going to try to hustle and pick it up. Won't get there. It'll go as a base hit as he shatters the bat. It caught the body of Sabathia and just kicked too far away for him to get the out.
Boy, and that bat kept flying. Take another look here as CC shatters the bat. And CC probably distracted by both the ball and the bat coming back at him. I think he might have thought that ball was hit a little harder. But he had to protect on all sides. Had a decent play.
Yeah, he made a good effort at it.
Made it fairly close.
Just not enough time, so it goes as a hit. The 3rd for Kansas City. So now it'll be Andres Blanco. And he has struggled from this side of the plate. He is a switch hitter, and as a right-handed batter, he's 1 for 18. And that goes back to what you brought up last night. This guy's defense is not the question. He made some great plays in Cleveland last weekend, but can he hit at this level on a consistent basis?
Yeah, and when you've got a ball club that doesn't hit to begin with, it's tough to have a guy who doesn't contribute at all.
A little looper into shallow left, but Peralta will get back and make the catch, and that will retire the side. They had the infield hit, and the Indians now will go to work here in the 3rd in a 1-1 ball game, starting with the number 9 hitter, Casey Blake. And we'll move back to Grady Sizemore and Coco Crisp. Ready now for the top of number 3 from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. A 1-1 ball game, and strike 1 to Casey Blake. Casey 2 for 8 against Lima this year. 23 homers, 53 runs batted in for the Indians right fielder. Fouled back, and it's no balls, 2 strikes as Lima gets ahead quickly. Lima hurt his own cause in the 2nd inning. A leadoff walk, a wild pitch, and then a seeing eye base hit that found its way into center field scored the tying run. Casey hitless in the ballgame with a couple of walks last night, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. 4 strikeouts already for Lima.
Well, and Jose Lima is, at least in the early going here, John, a lot more aggressive than he was when we saw him in Cleveland last week. And the one thing he's been doing is he's been hitting his spots. Right there, he hit the target of the catcher. That's where he wanted it, up at the top of the strike zone away. And he got Casey upstairs.
One out, top of the order. Sizemore struck out to start the game, and he looks at a called strike one. It's Tony Randazzo behind the plate. We'll see all four of the umpires on this crew calling the balls and strikes before the series is over. That hit him. It nicked him. And Lima does not agree.
Jose said he didn't move. He's supposed to move, Jose said. He never moved.
The ninth batter that Lima has hit, and Buddy Bell is going to have to come out and mediate maybe. And Buddy didn't stay very long. Lima will go back to the mound. Just caught the jersey. He was trying to get out of the way. Not like he fell down or anything. He was trying to move back. I told you he was fun to watch. Base runner at first. Go ahead run is on. A little grin on the face of Sizemore. If you're going to get hit, Mike, that's the way to do it.
That's the place, yeah. Just get a glancing blow off the shirt.
Coco was not happy with Randazzo when he was called out on strikes in the first inning. Hits it high to center field. Going back is Ambrose. He'll have room. Back to first is Sizemore. 2 down.
Well, the final fireworks night of the regular season is taking place after the Tribe takes on the White Sox Saturday, October 1st. Get your tickets as the hunt for October continues. A crucial game with the White Sox. Call 866-48-TRIBE. Visit any of the Indians team shops or get your tickets online at Indians.com.
And if what we're hearing is true, you better get those tickets right away.
Yeah, they're going pretty quick for that White Sox series.
Peralta takes ball one. Johnny grounded out to third, his first time up. Takes a look at Joel Skinner to see if they might have the speedy Grady Sizemore on the move. Grady with 21 stolen bases. He's been caught 10 times. He was running them around the bases all night long last night with 5 straight hits. A couple of doubles. In fact, he just kept running until they finally tagged him out at third. One ball, no strikes. It's 1-1 as Peralta fouls it back.
Well, approaching Johnny a little differently this time, and you wonder if maybe it's because the runners at first base. Jeff Datz, Grady Sizemore looking over at Joel Skinner. A 1-1 count. You wonder if this might be a breaking ball count here, and Grady Sizemore thinking about going if he's trying to guess that Lima will throw a curveball or a changeup.
And Lima's going to keep an eye on him over there.
Yep.
It's a 1-1 game. It's early. Top of the third inning. Game 2 of a 4-game set. It was in the low 80s last night, and we're in the high 60s tonight.
John, that's what makes it so good, especially if you're a good fastball hitter, to hit behind guys like Sizemore and Crisp who can run, because pitchers and catchers don't want to throw too many breaking balls with guys who steal bases, because obviously it takes longer to get there.
3 straight times now he's gone over. You usually see him go over maybe 2 times in a row, but 3 is not the norm. So they're thinking about Sizemore.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. This is a running count if they elect. And see, that was a breaking ball, but it stayed inside, and Grady didn't go.
Joel Skinner will relay the signs from the dugout.
And this should be a fastball count. This is that hit and run count, the 2-1 count. See if they do throw a fastball, and maybe Grady will start here. Let's see if they decide to do anything with 2 outs.
And now Lima steps off. Sizemore steps back. Peralta stays put. again, it's obvious, Mike, that they are thinking a lot about Sizemore.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was bringing it up here. And the other thing is, with Lima, you never know. I mean, he'll throw the breaking ball in a fastball count.
The runner does go. The throw to second is not close.
Yeah. Looked like a changeup. Got a good pitch that he could run on. Jose Lima paid a lot of attention, but he still has that big high leg kick. So he has the high leg kick, then threw a changeup. And the combination allowed Grady Sizemore, not only did he get a good jump, but he steals his 22nd base of the year.
For the Indians, stolen base number 62. They have not been a team that runs all that much. And that's a strike. Peralta started to take a step toward first, but it's a full count of 3-2. And the Indians got a 2-out base hit in the second inning off the bat of Jose Hernandez to score a run, and they'd like one here to give them the lead.
Well, and this is the other thing that squeezes a pitcher when you've got Travis Hafner so hot. You almost feel that they got to throw a strike here to Johnny Peralta.
And he fouls it off.
Went upstairs with a fastball, and Johnny was able to fight it off and stay alive. A lot of times with a base open, you might take a chance, work around the guy, but not with Travis Hafner on deck.
Indians were 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position last night. They're 1 for 1 tonight. This is their second opportunity, trying to take the lead. A series of signs with a runner at second and the pitch. Foul away. Went back to the fastball, tried to keep it away from him. But Peralta battling pretty good right here. Trying to figure a way to get himself on and get Hafner up to the plate here in this inning.
Well, we talked a little bit about it tonight on Tribe Time, John, that this ball club really took off when Johnny Peralta was inserted in that number 3 spot. If there was any good to come out of Travis Hafner having to go on the DL.
That was it. Ground ball up the middle. Baroa gets there, throws to first, not in time. And here comes the run to score. Sizemore alertly on a ground ball to short, scores all the way from second base. 2-1 Indians.
I'll tell you what, you just can't teach the instincts that a Grady Sizemore has. As soon as that ball was hit, Grady Sizemore coming all the way, and the shortstop, Baroa, never even took a look. I mean,
he's not going to stop.
Nope, coming all the way, and he scores easily.
It'll go as an infield hit, and he can send a thank you note to Sizemore for the RBI that he gets on the play. An infield hit to short, and the runner scores from second. 2-1 Indians on top. And Hafner will bat. High and deep to right center field. Going back is Ambrose at the wall. Gone. 6 games in a row now for Hafner. A 2-run shot into right center field. Man, oh man. Jim Thome homered in 7 straight games when he was here, and Hafner has hit home runs in 6 consecutive games. 2 more runs batted in. We were talking to one scout today who said this is the strongest man in the American League right there.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, he can overpower a baseball, and he hit that one so high. And John, we saw the wind. I mean, that wind is blowing straight in.
A 2-run shot, and right now Hansen's going to go to the mound and try to calm down Lima.
Well, one more look here, and we talked about Lima. He got away with it early because he was making pitches where he needed to make them on the corners of the zones and changing speeds. But we also told you that when he misses, he gets hurt. That's the 31st home run of the year that he has allowed.
And it's the 32nd home run that Hafner, who now has 106 runs batted in, has hit. And as the scout was saying, another scout was saying, that Hafner is the kind of guy, when he gets hot like this, he can carry a team for a couple of weeks.
Well, we've seen him. He carried us. We could have flown on his bat from Chicago to Kansas City.
It was 409 feet on the home run. So Hafner goes deep and the Indians get 3. All their runs tonight scoring with 2 outs. They lead it 4-1 as they bat in the top of the 3rd. Here's Victor Martinez. Reached on a fielder's choice, moved up on a wild pitch, and scored on a single to center. One that just kind of dribbled through the infield. Lima touched it, Baroa touched it, but it wound up in center field, and that tied the ball game. Ambrose, who will lead off when we go to the bottom of this inning, hit a leadoff home run for Kansas City in the 1st inning. But now 4-1 Tribe. Backs him off the plate. It's 2 balls, 1 strike on the Indians catcher Victor Martinez. Three and 1. Victor coming into tonight with the .382 batting average, best in the major leagues in the 2nd half, and he pulls that one fair down the line. He could not get to it, so around first and headed for second is Victor Martinez. Huber got over but could not make the play, and it's a double. 3 straight hits now for the Tribe with 2 outs here in the inning.
Well, take one more look here at Victor Martinez with his 28th double of the year. That ball hit right down the line. Let's see where the first baseman is playing. He can't get to it. It's in foul territory. He was playing near the line but couldn't get over there.
And it's booted a little bit out there, but it was going to be a double anyway.
Yep.
Lighthouse League leaders. And there's that number, 382 since the break. Mark Ellis, Todd Helton, Duffy, Polanco having good 2nd halves, but nobody has matched Victor Martinez. So Victor gets the hit. Both he and Hafner now working on hitting streaks, and Belliard lines it into left field. Here comes Victor Martinez. Here comes the throw from the outfield. It's not in time. 5-1 Indians. Oh, they're cashing in with 2 outs tonight, Mike. Ronnie Belliard with an RBI single. That's his 73rd run batted in.
Well, I think 2 things. That base hit by Peralta and then Sizemore scoring the run really unsettled Jose Lima, and it almost looks, John, like he's lost the focus now. He had a good focus first 2 innings, making pitches where he needed to make them, but we talked about it. His margin for error is so small that once he starts moving towards the middle of the plate, he's going to get burned, and he has here in this 3rd inning.
I'll tell you what, Victor's earned his pay on the bases tonight, hasn't he? He has scored a couple of runs, moved up on a wild pitch, scored on a little dribbler from second base through the infield. It's Belliard at first, and the Indians now are 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position and 2 out in this ball game.
Well, the Indians scored 6 runs in the 4th inning off Jose Mesa last week. So we got him. Actually, Travis Hafner hit a 2-run homer in the 1st inning.
And Buddy Bell's going to come to the mound and make the change right here.
He was able to get through the 2nd and 3rd, but then they bombed him in the 4th inning, and they got him in the 3rd inning tonight.
As Buddy said last night, I have trouble getting a starter through 4 innings. Well, it's going to be Lima leaving in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. The Indians have scored 4 times, and they've opened up a 5-1 lead. We'll be back. 5-1 is the score. They're batting with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. And here comes Sean Kemp.
28th appearance, a 1-4 record, 6.54 earned run average. He has struck out 20, walked 12 in 42 2/3 innings pitched.
And one other piece of bad news for Lima before we close the book on him. If this lead holds up and the Indians go on to win the ball game, Lima will have 17 losses, which will be a new career high for him. He lost 16 with the Astros back in 2000. Belliard at first. Jose Hernandez at the plate. He singled home a run to tie the game in the 2nd. Now the Indians have taken the lead with 4 runs here in the 3rd inning. 5 runs on 5 hits for the Tribe. Kansas City 1 run on 3 hits. We're still in the top of the 3rd. That's a called strike, a breaking ball. Camp, though, has allowed runs in 11 of 14 outings. and 15 of his last 20 appearances. The opposition hitting .339 off of him, so he'll give up some base hits. Lefties are hitting over .400 against him. Bounced foul behind the catcher. And it's no balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. And the Indians, all 5 runs tonight, scored with 2 outs. In this inning, it was a 2-out infield hit by Peralta that scored Sizemore from second base. Hafner then homered. Victor Martinez pulled a double down the first baseline, and Ronnie Belliard got a base hit to score him. So the Indians striking for 4, leading 5-1. It's the same kind of lead they had last night, Mike, and Lee let it get away on a grand slam.
Gave up the grand slam home run to Tien, but see if CC can't hold him right there tonight.
That's outside for a ball, and it evens the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Indians hitting about .290 now since the All-Star break, a 43-23 record. They've hit 94 homers, 141 doubles, and they're averaging about 5.5 runs a game. Remember, early in the season, they were averaging about 3 runs a ball game. But as you said, that seems like a different season.
Didn't happen. It did not happen. It's this is 2 different ball clubs, just no question about it. They have completely turned it around.
And the pitching has been solid from the beginning, especially the bullpen. And once the offense started to go, that even solidified the starters even more. Ground ball at second base, and the only play is to first. They'll get the out and retire the side. But Hafner, for the 6th consecutive game, hits a home run. It's a 2-run shot for him, and the Indians have a 4-run inning. They lead by 4 as we go to the bottom of number 3. 4-run 3rd inning for the Indians. Victor scored 2 of the runs for the Tribe. Sizemore hustling from second to score a run in that inning as well. And now it'll be the top of the order for Kansas City in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ambrose hit a home run off Sabathia, his first time up from the fastball at 95 is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The Indians have already chased Jose Lima. 1-1. Again at 95, found the outside part of the plate. Sabathia 11-10 a year ago. Lost his only decision against Kansas City, and he misses away. He's thrown 3 straight fastballs to Chip Ambrose. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. For Ambrose, just his 4th home run of the season. Like you mentioned, the total number of home runs in this lineup for Kansas City tonight, and it's not many. They are last in the league in home runs. There's the breaking ball for a strike. It's 2-2. Again, went with an off-speed pitch, but it missed, and it's a full count. Just 3 balls, 2 strikes.
John, checking some outrageous numbers on Travis Hafner. His last 10 hits have all been extra base hits. 7 home runs, 3 doubles.
Walked him.
And 18 runs batted in.
Wow. Those are outrageous numbers. That's the right adjective.
I mean, that goes back since last Sunday. That's what he's done.
That's a good month for some people.
Pretty good year.
Well, the leadoff man aboard for Kansas City. Not what CC wanted. And he'll deal with Matt Diaz, who grounded out his first time up. Nobody out. Ball 1. Diaz sneaks a peek at the third base coach. Ambrose has only attempted 3 stolen bases. I can't imagine them down 4 runs doing much running right now. Can you?
No, not at all. No, I don't think Buddy will take that chance.
Emil Brown to follow. Indians have won 11, lost 5. And they have won 8 straight. At one point in the season, Kansas City had the edge in the season series. The only play is to first on that slow bouncer to short. So Ambrose will be in scoring position with 1 out. Let's take a look at our Central Cadillac update for tonight. The Indians very much in the hunt in the Central Division. And here it is. Contreras, the last 6 starts has been dynamite for Chicago. A 6-0 record and an ERA of 2.28. So far tonight he has a 1-hitter going, and the White Sox have the lead. Upstairs for a ball to Emil Brown. Last night Kansas City 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. This is their first at bat with the runner at second or third tonight. Brown got a base hit his first time up. Now leaving it out at 1-1. CC's fastball 94, 95, a couple of 97 tonight. But he's actually kind of backed off that with this more fluid delivery that he's had.
And he's been so much more successful, and basically he's had better command of that fastball.
A leadoff walk and then a ground out. Swing and a miss. But the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it's really made that pitch much more effective because he's been able to control that as well.
Well, when he can give you the changeup and the breaking ball and still throw it 97, he gives you a lot to think about at the plate. Ambrose at second with 1 out. Stairs is on deck. Pulls that one foul, and it's 1-2. He has hit 99 and as low as 78. That's pretty good variation.
That 78 would be the curveball. His changeup actually will run in the 84, 85 mile an hour range at times.
The mid-80s changeup. And you see it in the low 80s and down in the 70s is probably the breaking ball. Let's see what he does here. Broke his bat, grounds it up the middle. Peralta gets there, spins, throws, not in time. 2 on with 1 out, an infield hit for Emil Brown. He's 2 for 2.
Really jammed him. He did what they wanted to do, but Emil Brown able to fight it off, and Peralta, just by the time he made that turn, see, Johnny's got to do the 180 here. By the time he does the turn, Emil Brown able to beat it out.
Yeah, he got down that line pretty good.
Yes, he did. Yep.
So it is an infield hit. It's hit number 4 for the Royals. They've all been singles tonight. Let's see if CC can go to work on Matt Stairs. Struck him out his first time up. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 1. A lot of emotion from Ed Montague, huh? Okay. He went. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. Royals trying to come back after the Indians had a 4-run top of the 3rd, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball a little outside to Stairs. One of a limited number of veterans on this team right now. 2-1.
Well, and he doesn't ordinarily see much left-handed pitching because Mike Sweeney, as you see, the Red Sox have come back to take the lead.
Got a 3-run spot there in the top of the 5th inning. So the Orioles now trailing Boston. Yankees had the early lead in Toronto. And Chicago was winning over Minnesota. They throw behind the runner at third, and a good play by Boone to field the 1-hop throw, and it's a 3-1 count on Stairs.
Set play because Boone gave up his position here. Watch him break. See, he breaks as CC lets go of the baseball. They were trying to set up a pickoff here. That pitch was going to be a ball, and Boone broke when CC delivered. That was a timing play.
He went around, full count, 3-2. And CC so far, Mike, really throwing him a lot of fastballs and staying away from Stairs.
Yeah, Stairs, I think, maybe a little leery about getting buzzed inside, and he can't reach that pitch away.
Baroa to follow. That one gets away. Here comes the runner, and he's going to score. It's ball 4. And it's now a 5-2 game as CeCe threw one past Martinez. It is a wild pitch, the 6th of the year for Sabathia, and Kansas City gets a gift. Started with a walk and then scores on a wild pitch. Couldn't smother it. It got between his legs.
Well, he kept those legs open. He came up and the ball stayed down. See, Victor tried to get out there. Those legs were spread. The ball stayed down, went between the legs, and the run scores on the wild pitch.
So now it's 5-2. And CeCe's got some more work to do. Baroa get into a force play his first at bat. He takes a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Buck to follow. The Royals have gotten a run back. It's a 5-2 ball game.
Well, this is where CeCe has got to take that deep breath, get back into a good frame of mind, and go after these hitters.
Goes in the breaking ball down at his feet. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And CeCe not as sharp so far tonight as he was last Sunday in dominating Kansas City. Maybe the Royals making some adjustments of their own and facing Sabathia for the 2nd straight time. That's upstairs, and the strike zone jumping around.
Yeah, well, that's been most of his problem, and Carl Willis is going to come out. It hasn't necessarily, John, been the Royals making adjustments as much as it is CeCe not able to be consistent with his delivery.
They'll have a chat in the center of the diamond. The Indians still have a 3-run lead, but CeCe needs to short circuit this thing here in the 3rd inning.
Well, this weekend you can help the victims of Hurricane Katrina bounce back by seeing Roll Bounce in theaters. Fox is donating 10% of its proceeds from Roll Bounce's opening weekend box office to Operation USA for hurricane relief.
The meeting is over. Sabathia will be facing Baroa with a 2-ball, 1 strike count. And the Kansas City fans trying to make some noise. Got a few more people here tonight, I think, Mike, than we did last night.
The fireworks after the ball game tonight bring the folks out.
Bouncer to short. Peralta goes to second for 1. On to first. Double play. And that's what Sabathia needed. A double play takes Kansas City out of the 3rd inning, but they get their 2nd run. We'll head to the 4th. 5-2 Tribe. Wild pitch cost CeCe a run in that inning. Kansas City gets their 2nd. We're in the 4th. It'll be Boone, Blake, and Sizemore to face Sean Camp. And ball 1. The Indians getting 5 runs off Jose Lima. He got 8 runs off of him last Sunday. There's a good breaking ball that's in there for a strike. And the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Broken bat and a foul ball. Aaron Boone's averaged 250 on the season. And there was a time when people didn't think he'd see 200.
Well,
less than 250.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't sound like much, but considering how far he's come.
Hitting just under 300 since the All-Star break, 211 prior to the break. And he was down in the interstate the first 6 weeks of the season.
And Casey Blake.
Yep, you're right. Boone leading off the inning, a ball and 2 strikes on him. Now time call. Slider away.
Well, Aaron Boone may not hit 20 home runs, John, but he's going to drive in at least 60. He's at 58 right now.
He went around? No. The folks in the stands thought he did.
From up here, first view, it looked like he did. Let's see from this angle. Keeps his hands into the body.
Yeah, I thought he went around.
Yeah. Might have caught a break right there.
Full count, 3-2. And off the end of the bat, roller foul. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Boone 1 for 3 against Camp this year. And the way it's going, we'll see most of this bullpen before tonight's over. As we saw Burgos, Cisco, DeMaria in the ball game last night. Now we're seeing Camp tonight.
Well, Camp may have to be a little long man. He might have to be here for a while tonight just to save some of those guys.
Camp 6'1", 200 pounds. He's 29 years old, and Boone with a soft fly ball to left. Baroa racing out and makes a nice backhanded catch. He just put his head down, kept going, and got there for an out. I don't think Diaz was going to get there.
No, he was playing very deep. Didn't look like he got a real good break on the ball, and it was all going to be Baroa. Baroa or nobody. It was going to be a base hit. Good range for the young shortstop.
Well, he puts it away for out number 1. That'll bring up Casey Blake. He struck out his first time up. Lima went only 2 2/3 innings tonight. He did strike out 4, but he gave up 5 hits, 5 runs. Hit a batter. Had a wild pitch, a walk. He didn't help his own cause too much. Blake, a bouncer, knocked down by Camp. He recovers, picks it up, and throws him out. Good play. Maybe saved a base hit right there.
Well, there have been a lot of balls headed back up the middle tonight, and there have been some guys, pitchers that have made good plays and others that haven't. Lima let one ball go off his hands, not able to make the play that hurt him, but Camp makes it there.
So 2 pretty good defensive plays here in the inning. And Sean Camp. Last year, he was one of 3 non-roster players who made the opening day roster for Kansas City. He gets ahead of Grady with a breaking ball. Dennis Reyes and Mendy Lopez were the others. He had been with the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2003. And Grady's down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Originally drafted in the 16th round in '97 by the Padres. And he went to the Pirates in a trade in exchange for Emil Brown.
Yeah. And they're now teammates.
And he was signed as a free agent by the Royals in October following the 2003 season. Good pitch right on the inside corner. Pretty good inning for Camp. He gets the drive in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Indians 5, the Royals 2.
Strap yourself in for the Meyer Kentucky Speedway Racing Report. Join Tim Gray and Jim Day as they bring you the latest high-octane energy from the track and get you up close and personal with the living legends and the up-and-comers. Start your engines with the Meyer Kentucky Speedway Racing Report, only on FSN Ohio.
Today's action is sponsored by Meyer. From power saws to produce, video games to milk, Meyer is the undisputed champion of higher standards, lower prices.
The stage is set as the playoffs continue on the Poker Superstars 2. The pressure mounts and the stakes are raised as the final 16 players chase Lady Luck and a jackpot worth $1.2 million. A seat at the final table is on the line. Tournament playoffs continue Sunday on FSN.
A redesigned exterior, 16-inch alloy wheels, 6-disc CD changer with steering wheel mounted controls. The Accord Special Edition, coming to light at your Honda dealer.
Right now, Lighthouse has a hot tub for every budget, like the Hydro Spa for less than $50 a month. Plus, you'll get free delivery, a free cover, and a free chemical startup kit. Only at Lighthouse.
This is the life.
Tribe fans on hand. Indians leading in the bottom of the fourth inning, 5-2. CC has yet to have a 1-2-3 inning. He could use one. It's ball one. That's been the problem. A lot of ball ones. Mike just has not been consistent with his pitches, especially the fastball. He's had a good one at times, but he's then had problem locating it at times. Hit on the ground to short. Peralta across the diamond to Hernandez, and that's out number one.
Well, Indians fans, it's time to stock up on your Tribe gear and ticket.
Fouled away by Tien. He struck out his first time up. Hit the first grand slam of his career in the ball game last night, batting .241 on the season. And the 5 home runs, 2 of them have come against the Indians this year. And that's a strike at 95 on the outside corner. Coming from the Oakland A's in the deal along with Mike Wood, that was in the trade for Octavio Dotel in June of last year. And he strikes him out for the second time. He didn't mess around with him. Got him on 3 pitches, 2 down. 4th strikeout for Sabathia.
Got him with the breaking ball, got ahead in the count with fastballs, and then put him away. Took a little more off, made it a little bigger and slower, and got him to chase.
Here is Huber. A broken bat infield base hit off the body of Sabathia his last time up. 1 of 4 singles for Kansas City. And it's ball 1. One ball, 1 strike on Justin Huber. And he's just 4 for 18 with 6 strikeouts in his last 6 games. Strike 2.
Won a batting title in the Double-A, John, but just watching him face Cliff Lee last night, see how he handles CC here. He got jammed his first time up. He looks like the swing is a little bit long. And see, Cliff threw a couple of fastballs right by him.
And he chases that one. It sticks in the glove for strike 3. So Sabathia does have a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. We'll head to the middle part of the ball game with hitters 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Tribe. Heading to the middle part of our contest, it'll be Coco to bat first. The Indians with a 4-run third have a 5-2 lead. Working now against Sean Camp in his 3rd inning of relief, and he is retired. Everybody that he's faced so far since coming on. Camp out of Fairfax, Virginia, and went to George Mason University. Signed here as a free agent. And Coco pops it up and out of play. It's back behind the Tribe dugout, which here at Kauffman Stadium is on the 3rd base side. Chris Peralta and Hafner to bat.
Well, a reminder, KeyBank is accepting donations for Hurricane Katrina victims on behalf of the American Red Cross. Individuals are able to give to the American Red Cross at any key center across the nation.
And we hope you will do your part. There's another storm bearing down on that area of our country. Coco lashes it foul. A little area behind that extra set of seats down there, the dugout seats, is getting a workout. There have been some balls hit pretty good in that area tonight. Coco has been called out on strikes and flied out to center field. He's 0 for 2. 1 for 6 in the series. He had the big hit for the Indians last night, the 2-run homer that seesawed him back on top and opened the door to an 11-6 victory. He went around, and that'll do it. Coco strikes out.
He was hanging around hoping that the 3rd base umpire didn't see him.
Yeah, like he wasn't going to see him.
Yeah. He wasn't going to leave until Ed Montague's right arm went up. See, watch CC just kind of hanging around there. Yep, I'm not too sure whether I swung or not, but I'm going to wait around.
You didn't see that, did you?
Yep.
fouled back by Peralta. So back-to-back strikeouts for Camp, and he's been effective, retiring 5 straight since coming on out of the bullpen. And he's doing his job so far, Mike. He's got to hold it right where it is and give his offense some time to come back against Sabathia.
That's the job of that long guy. When your starter isn't able to go, you got to come in and hold him down.
Gets ahead of him with that foul ball. It's no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Hafner, who's walked and hit a 2-run homer, will be next. And as you said, the numbers for him are mind-boggling. He was the player of the month in July.
I'll tell you what. If Travis Hafner is not the player of the week in the American League this week,
they got to do a recount.
There's somebody playing in a different league, I think, or a higher league anyway, with what he's done.
Excuse me, he was player of the month in June, and then he was the player of the week the first week in July. Peralta gets a piece of it at home plate. The count remains 1-2. Last 6 games, 10 hits, 7 homers, 3 doubles, 18 runs batted in. How's the slugging percentage look to you?
I've never seen one that high.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Lays off that slow breaking ball, and it's evened out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Indians baseball on FSN Ohio tonight. Glad to have you along. I'm John Sanders with Mike Egan. We'll be right back here tomorrow and Sunday. And again, eyeballs a pitch outside, and it's a full count of 3-2. It's Kevin Millwood against Mike Wood on Saturday night, an hour earlier start here, and that means that it'll be Tribe time at 6:30, play-by-play at 7. Then on Sunday, Jake Westbrook and Zach Greinke. And ball 4. Take a look at the Alltel text message question for tonight. See what our viewer Chad in Ashland. Do you think Travis Hafner is a better hitter than Jim Thome was at this point in his career?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. I'll tell you. Take a look. You can look at a comparison that we've got for you at 1,260, or is that 86 at bats? And they're pretty favorably compared. Travis Hafner, higher batting average, 10 more home runs, more hits. The only difference, Travis 3 years older.
Yeah, they're 2 of the strongest left-handed hitters you'll ever see. There's no question about that.
I think what we look for down the road here with Travis, as Jim Thome progressed, he became more of a pull hitter. Remember clubs playing him way around to pull? They had the Thome shift on. Travis Hafner and Jim Thome came to the big leagues. Very similar approach, using the middle of the field, opposite field.
Had him out in front. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. A reminder, you can text message or email us in the booth using your Alltel wireless phone at alltel@fsnohio.com.
If somebody makes a mistake middle of the plate in, Travis will pull. Now you got the shortstop playing up the middle a little bit.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a shift on. Left side of the infield is pretty much wide open. That's on the inside corner, a fastball for a strike.
I'll tell you what, I'd take either one of them. Let's put it that way.
No kidding. In a heartbeat. Right now, he's just not messing around with singles. Last 10 hits, extra base hits. Inside, came back with another fastball, but that one misses and evens the count at 2-2. A 1-out walk has Peralta at first. Johnny has a hit and an RBI in the ball game. He'll be held there by Huber. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out and 1 on.
He's got one of those Monopoly cards in his back pocket. Go right on past jail. Go past go. Just keep on going.
Hafner will not agree with that called 3rd strike. Right on the inside corner, according to the home plate umpire. 2 down. Good pitch.
Yeah, stayed right in on his hands. Little comeback fastball there. You can see where the catcher was set up. Ball worked its way back
and framed a little bit by the catcher as well. Hafner does not agree. He's out on strikes. Third strikeout for Kemp. And now Victor Martinez will bat. Victor scored 2 runs. He reached on a fielder's choice, moved up on a wild pitch, scored on a single. Then he doubled and scored on a base hit by Belliard. And I'll tell you one thing, Kemp was consistent against Cronk because the last 3 or 4 pitches were all fastballs right in on his hands. One and 0. That's outside. Indians lead 5-2. That ball is hit toward the gap in left center field. A long run for Diaz. Won't get it. It's over his head. Here comes Peralta. He'll be waved home. Victor's at second with his second double, and it drives in a run. 6-2 Indians. You talk about plugging the gap, Mike. Can't do it much better than that.
Victor Martinez with his 28th double of the year. Ball was belt high, make that 29 now. He's his second double of the night.
No problem for Peralta to score as the ball skipped back over the outfielder and onto the grass after bouncing up against the wall. So here come the Indians with 2 outs again. All 6 of their runs tonight have scored with 2 outs. That's outside. Ronnie got a base hit with 2 outs in the 3rd inning to drive in Martinez from second after his first double. Breaking balls in for a strike. Fly ball, left field. Going back is Diaz. He'll have room to make the catch and retire the side. So Ronnie lifts it high. Martinez RBI double adds to the lead. The Indians get a run back. They lead by 4 midway through. The Indians have established a 6-2 lead now, back to a 4-run difference. They earlier led 5-1. Kansas City got a run back in the 3rd, but the Indians answer that with the RBI double. And all 6 of the Indians' runs scored with 2 outs. It's ball 1. To Andres Blanco. A little looper to Peralta, his first time up, and he takes the strike on the outside corner. Slashed foul. It's 1-2 on the number 9 hitter for Buddy Bell's Kansas City Royals. A record of 52-100. They're 33-45 at home. They have really struggled away from Kauffman Stadium. 19-55. Chopper toward Boone. Fields it on that short hop and has no play.
Battle the lights. They've got a bank of lights here that when you're closing from third base or first base, that you have to really kind of duck down, try to get the ball out of the lights. You can see Aaron right here. He's trying to get down. See, he's not sure where that ball is. He's waiting for it to come through that bank of lights. A lot of glare there. And he just couldn't see it, so he had to kind of wait back, make sure it didn't get between his legs. There's that glare from the lights.
And that one goes back to the backstop, and down to second goes the runner. Second wild pitch for CC tonight. Oh, the Royals come right back with nobody out. They have a runner at scoring position.
Got away from CC. Victor didn't react to it, but that ball was really sliding. Had a lot of movement to it.
Now the top of the order. Ambrose takes the ball down and away, and Victor's going to take the ball back to the mound. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Let's do some updates now. First of all, in Chicago, the Twins have gotten on the board. It's 3-1, top of the 7th inning there. Boston leading still 4-3 in the top of the 7th in Baltimore tonight, and the Yankees shutting out Toronto 5-0 in Yankee Stadium. So the Indians know that they have to keep winning.
Well, that has been the mantra now for the last week, and as we said last night, John, if they keep winning the way things are right now, they're in the playoffs.
That's right, because they do have the lead in the wild card. Regardless of what Chicago does, or regardless of what Boston and New York do, really, because they have to play each other again the last weekend of the season.
Of course, the Indians have to play the White Sox.
That's true.
There are a lot of things that could happen that final weekend.
Strike call. Ambrose didn't like it much, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, a runner at second base. So CC trying to dig in here. Now let Kansas City come back and answer the run the Tribe got in the top of the 5th inning. The Indians on top here in Kansas City, Missouri. 6 runs, 6 hits for the Tribe. Lifted in the air down the right field line. Long run for everybody, and nobody will get there. It's just beyond the tarp. There is some room down the line here until you get toward the corner, and then it cuts off. Count remains 2-2. Nobody out. An infield hit for Blanco to start the inning. The 5th single for Kansas City off Sabathia. CC's thrown 2 wild pitches. He's also walked 2 batters. And he has given up 2 runs so far. The Royals threatening again with nobody out. That's foul right side.
This at one time, John, when they had the AstroTurf and the rubberized tarp all the way around the track, it was a tough outfield to play on the corners, because anything hit down into that corner could just hug the wall and slingshot its way around, and you could play a double into a triple very easily out there.
That one popped up. Shallow center. It's Grady Sizemore calling everybody off and putting away out number 1. For all of your insurance and financial services needs, check with your good neighbor State Farm agents of the game. See Scott Skilgen in Willoughby Hills, and Bob Hoover is in Westlake. Here's Matt Diaz. Twice he has grounded out to Peralta at short. He's still got a runner at second, 1 out. An infield hit and a wild pitch, setting the table for Kansas City, and that's bounced foul, third base side. You can still see the water on the warning track, Mike. There was a lot of rain here in Kansas City overnight and during the day today. Just a pretty steady rain. But the field's in good shape. .98-mile-an-hour fastball, but off the plate outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Threw it by him at 96. Now Manny Ramirez, a 2-run bomb, and Boston adds to its lead at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. They're in the top of the 7th there. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Diaz the batter with a runner at second. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And that one hits him. A little bit of everything for CC tonight. It's the 7th batter he's hit this year. He's thrown 2 wild pitches tonight, and he's walked a couple.
Well, CC has had a very eventful week.
That's true, he has.
Yeah, so
he left to go home. Amber had a baby, and then he came back.
I'm sure he's struggling to keep everything under control here, and so far. I mean, you got to give him credit. He's hasn't had his good command for the first time in about 6 weeks.
You're right.
But he's been able to battle through it to this point.
And now Emil Brown has 2 hits tonight. He is 2 for 2 as he bats against Sabathia. And he lines it into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. 1 run is in. And the Royals coming back. They make it 6-3 with runners at the corners. No problem for Blanco to score on the 3rd consecutive hit tonight by Emil Brown. He will pick up his 82nd RBI. Kansas City is not going to go quietly here tonight.
Well, Brown hit a pretty good pitch. Looked like CC tried to start him off with a changeup. It was down, almost as if Brown was waiting for it, and he drove home his 82nd run of the year.
And Carl Willis will go to the mound while the Indians bullpen begins to stir. CC has to get through the 5th inning to qualify for a victory. There is Cabrera, who could be an important part of this Indians bullpen in the last part of this season. In the absence of the left-hander, who's not here for the rest of this season, Arthur Rhodes. It is 1st and 3rd for KC. They have cut it to a 6-3 deficit. They've scored single runs in the 1st, 3rd, and now the 5th. Indians had a 4-run 3rd, and that's really the difference on the night. Of course, we're getting to the part of the ball game that the Indians have owned, and that would be 7, 8, and 9. Stairs has struck out and walked. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. High fly ball, left center field, long run for Coco Crisp. He will get there, and a run will score at 6-4. They'll give Stairs the sac fly, and the Royals are right back in the ballgame. Angel Baroa bats. It's a 6-4 Indians lead. The hits are even at 6 apiece. Neither team has made an error tonight. Sabathia now will try to finish off this inning and at least make sure he qualifies for a win. Baroa is hit into a force play and into a double play. 1 ball, no strikes. And when CC was in that good rhythm, especially last Sunday against Kansas City, he was strike 1 a lot. He was free and easy, and it's not been the same for him tonight.
It has not. It hasn't been there tonight.
Runner goes. There's the throw. Not in time.
Well, Eric's going to come out and argue. I think Johnny Peralta thought he got Brown on the helmet before Brown got to the bag.
And that'll be the conversation down there with Paul Immel.
One more look here. Victor with the throw as Peralta comes across the bag right there. The ball is there. The tag was, I guess it was on the hand. The left hand, was it? Take another look from this angle. See if you get a better look at it there.
Yeah, he got his hand.
Got the right hand.
Got the right hand.
Yeah.
And he got him before he got to the base. But he was called safe. So now another run in scoring position for Kansas City. Trying to have a big inning here against Sabathia. Fastball strike at 96. It's 2-1. Infield single started it. A hit batsman. An RBI single, a sac fly. Now trying to finish off Baroa. That's a ball. And it's 3-1. It has been a struggle for CC for the first time in his last 10 starts. Even that one loss was a 2-0 shutout loss.
Eric looking very intently here. You've got Buck up next.
And it'll be 2 on. Well, you like to get your pitchers a win, but you've got to get your team a win as well.
The important thing now is W for the team. It's still early. It's only the 5th inning. And CC is, I mean, he's throwing well. The command is not there. This is big right here because Buck has got a little power. You got to be careful.
Tying runs are on. Buddy Bell looks on from the Kansas City dugout. These Royals trying to battle their way back, and they're back in it. Ball 1 inside. Cabrera works behind CC in the bullpen. Two men on, 2 men out, 2 runs home. That's a strike. It's not been a problem with the kind of pitches he's thrown. It's where he's throwing.
The location, the command just has not been there.
He's had the mid-90s fastball. He's had the changeup. He's had the breaking ball, but the location has been the key. CC is a little rattled right now.
Well, he's rattled. He's upset with himself, I think. He threw that pitch and walked off the mound. You got Tian next. He's a left-hander.
Fouled back. Had a pretty good cut at that 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 2-2. John Buck batting with 2 on, 2 out. So far 2 runs home for Kansas City in their half of the 5th inning. Battled back to take a 6-5 lead in the ballgame last night, but then the Indians got 2 in the 7th on the Coco homer, 2 in the 8th, and 2 in the 9th to put it away. Full count, 3-2. And if he does walk him, what do you do, Mike? You leave him in there to face the left-hander?
I think you have to. You've got the right-hander in the bullpen.
Pitches. This will be number 100 coming up for CC Sabathia. Runners go, and the pitch is fouled away. This will be the 30th pitch of this inning.
Well, Buck, pretty good fastball hitter. So CC, again, we talked about location. Got to be careful here.
2 on, 2 out. A 3-2 pitch is on the way, and it's hit into shallow center field. It'll drop for a hit. It is a 3-run inning on a 1-run ball game. Kansas City bouncing back against Sabathia. Brown scores run number 3 here in the inning. It's now 6-5.
Well, and you got to give the hitter a little credit here. They tried to fool him with the changeup, but Buck just served it. Stayed back. It wasn't a bad pitch. It was down. Might have had a little too much of the plate, but for a guy to be able to react to a 85-mile-an-hour changeup when you're sitting on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, that's pretty good hitting right there.
Well, the tying run is now at 3rd with 2 down. This is the 8th to bat for Kansas City, and Sabathia will stay in the ballgame to face Mark Tian, a guy that he has struck out twice, and there's strike 1 to him. Now, Sabathia has not helped himself in this inning by hitting a batter, walking a batter. He's given up 3 hits. The one that started the inning was that infield hit that Boone lost in the lights at 3rd base. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, it started that way, John, and then I think they thought they had the runner out at second base, and it looked like they did, Emil Brown. So a ball that gets lost in the lights, and then actually CC could very easily be out of this inning.
Well, the hit batsman, the walk, have added to the problems. He's still alive as he fouls it off. Let's go back and take another look at what we thought was an out at second base.
This is Emil Brown, and right there, he hit the arm. Right
and he's
there.
He's not at second base yet.
And he's not at second base. CC should be out of the inning.
But that's not the way the umpire called it. So CC's got to battle through. Royals are trying to fight back and take Jose Lima off the hook here if they can tie it up. Runner at first goes, and the pitch is fouled away. So John Buck took off. Buck picking up the RBI in the inning, his 41st. The other RBI is going to Brown, his 82nd, and Stairs with the sac fly, his 63rd. So Kansas City has been pecking away. They got one in the first, one in the third, and now three in the fifth. And they have out-hit the Indians 7-6.
He may go again right here. Not.
And a bouncer to first. That's going to end the inning. But CC gives up 3, and the Royals are right back in it. It is a 1-run lead for the Indians after 5. The Indians will go back to work with the bottom part of the batting order. First pitch is fouled off by Hernandez. It'll be hitters 7, 8, and 9 for the Tribe. In the top of the 6th inning, we've got a good one going tonight in Kansas City. Royals have battled back to make it a 6-5 ball game. They've done it with all singles, a hit batsman. CC walking some batters in the ballgame, 3 tonight. He does get through the 5th with the lead, and Cabrera is still up in the bullpen. Chopped foul again. It'll be 1-2 now.
Well, he's just kind of standing out there right now, John. I think he probably got to a point where he was very close to being ready. And if, in fact, they are going to make a change, he'll probably wait until there were 2 outs and start throwing again.
That's outside. Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Camp came on in the 3rd inning because Lima pitched only 2 2/3. And he gave up a run on a 2-out double by Victor Martinez, and he strikes out Jose Hernandez. Well, he has struck out 4, and so did Lima. So that's 8 punch-outs for Kansas City pitchers tonight.
He's shown a pretty good breaking ball, pretty good slider here to right-handed hitters. Gets Jose to chase.
One out. Now Aaron Boone, who was grounded to short and then retired on a fly ball to shallow left that the shortstop Baroa made a nice running catch on to retire him his last time up. So Aaron is 0 for 2, and he takes ball 1. Fastball right about 91 from Camp, but as you said, a pretty good breaking pitch tonight. And he has held the fort pretty much. He did give up a run in the 5th inning, but at least keeping them close. It gives Kansas City a chance to come back, which they have done. 6-5. Boone takes a strike on the outside corner. Makes it 2 balls, 1 strike on Aaron. Southern California native Aaron Boone. Didn't want to go around at that breaking pitch, but he did. He chases it. Aaron, 31 years old. Restructured his contract and is signed through next year. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Jammed him. He dribbles it to third. Bare hand throw to first. Well done. Good play. He in a good effort there. So Boone has been retired his last 2 times up on nice plays by the left side of this Kansas City infield.
Tian is a big guy. He has a good play here charging. The only way he's going to do it, bare hand throw in 1 motion off that back foot, and he did.
And they just did get him at first. Camp liked it. Breaking ball, strike to Blake. Casey retired by Camp his last time up as he bounced one up the middle.
Tian and Boone about very similar in size. 6'3". But to see guys that size, both he and Aaron Boone do a good job charging the ball and then making plays like that.
One ball, 2 strikes to count on Casey Blake. The Indians right now clinging to a 1-run lead. High fly ball center field. Chip Ambrose on a moist night puts it away, and Camp does his job. He sets down the Indians in order. Royals will come back to work in the bottom of the 6th after this. Home of the Cleveland Indians. He achieve anything. And the night is over for CC Sabathia. He gets 5 in the books, gives up 7 hits, 5 runs. But he had control problems. He struck out 5, walked 3, had a couple of wild pitches, hit a batter. Does depart with the lead, and here comes Fernando Cabrera, and manager Eric Wedge was quoted as saying, yeah, he'll be used in critical situations. This is one tonight.
Well, he's got good stuff, making his 12th appearance, 2-0, 1.27 earned run average in his last 15 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed just 1 earned run.
He'll face Huber, Blanco, and Chip Ambrose. 2 right-handed batters and a switch hitter. Fastball away at 94. 1 ball, no strikes.
Fastball, curveball, and splitter.
Got a piece of that one for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, they are finished in Yankee Stadium. We'll update it for you in just a minute. Here's the 1-1 pitch, fouled back, and it goes like this in Yankee Stadium tonight. 5-0. The Yankees shut out the Toronto Blue Jays, and boy, the Yankees are on a mission right now. They have moved into first place in the Eastern Division. A game and a half over the Red Sox right now, as the Red Sox game is not final. There's strike 3 called.
Well, the hunt for October continues. Tampa Bay Devil Rays visit Jacobs Field. That's the 27th through the 29th. Another important series at Jacobs Field. Get your tickets today. Call 866-48-DRIVE. Visit any Indians team shop or get your tickets online at Indians.com.
Line towards Sizemore in center, and he makes a nice running catch. Playing him kind of in that direction to begin with, Mike, and he was able to get there and retire. Andres Blanco not playing him too deep.
The one thing Grady Sizemore knows is that Blanco can't hit it over his head. He doesn't have any power at all, so you can play shallow. That's what he did. He took that ordinarily for a normal hitter, a guy that can drive a little bit. That's a base hit. But Grady able to play in because he knows, especially with this wind blowing in, that Blanco can't hit it over his head.
And now it's Chip Ambrose, who has homered, walked, flied out. He's 1 for 2, and he scored 2 of the 5 Kansas City runs. Well, the Indians bullpen has been front and center all year. They have the best earned run average in the league, and they will be tested tonight. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cabrera, by the way, is with the Indians for the 2nd time, most recently called up when Arthur Rhodes was placed on the bereavement list. Got his first win against Baltimore on August the 19th. He now has 2 victories in his pocket and fouled out of play.
Well, he's got 2 victories, a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and an electric split-fingered pitch if he can work ahead, which is what he has done here.
A ball and 2 strikes. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning in Kansas City's Kauffman Stadium tonight. Fastball away. Instead, it came in at 96, and he swings and misses. So a couple of strikeouts. He retires the side in order. We're moving to the 7th. Top of the order coming up for the Tribe. They lead by 1. Group of Indians fans. Tribe leading 6-5 in the top of the 7th. Lefty on in relief. Offeld out of the bullpen to replace Camp, who did a good job. He went 3 in the 3rd innings, picked it up in the middle innings, and here comes Jeremy Offeld.
0-2 with a 6.07 earned run average, and with this guy's stuff, that is hard to believe.
Yeah, that's not right, is it? And he quickly jumps ahead of Sizemore. Grady has been hit by a pitch, scored a run, and also struck out twice tonight, so he's 0 for 2. And Offeld gets him to chase a breaking ball down. Buck recovers it and throws, and they just barely got him. That's 9 strikeouts for Kansas City pitchers tonight. 3 times they've gotten Grady Sizemore.
And Buck had to move out of the way to get an angle to throw. You could see the first baseman lined up in foul territory so that you wouldn't throw across the runner. But in taking that time, they almost took too much time.
It is 1 out. Here's Coco Crisp. He has struck out twice and flied out. 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. That's a ball.
They do have some impressive young arms out in that bullpen. Offeld now has been around for a while. He's still only about 25, 26 years old, but it seems like he's been around forever.
Yeah, they've tried him in various roles, obviously. That's a ball. Loco laid off the pitch. It's 2-1. He kept having blister problems as a starter, and they moved him to the back end of the bullpen for a while. Was trying to find a spot for him. He's got good stuff, as you said. 2-2 as he fouls it away. Check out tonight's Wendy's trivia question. Name the first pitcher in Major League history to record 40 saves in a season. First pitcher with 40 saves in a season. There's a little tapper up the third baseline, and it's foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Coco will go back to the plate. The Indians leading by a run. It's 6-5. The White Sox are winning. Yankees have already shut out Toronto. Keep you posted on all the action as we go along. The Yankees leading by a 1.5 games. Indians still a 1.5 games behind Chicago and a 1.5 games up on Boston. Red Sox at last count were also winning in Baltimore. So the Indians have to win tonight. There's a little looper that's going to drop for a hit. Coco just stuck the bat out and it hit off the end of the bat and goes into left field. So Crisp now with a 7-game hitting streak. He's aboard with 1 out here in the 7th.
Little kind of excuse me swing, just served it out there. That ball was about ankle high off the plate outside. Coco just threw the bat at it and got himself a base hit.
He'll take it. There's a good fastball at 94 to Peralta. Think of pitchers with 40 saves for that Wendy's question. You think of Quisenberry, who did it, but was he the first? I mean, that's the question. Peralta with a high fly ball into left field. A long run for Diaz. And it is the center fielder making the backhand catch. Ambrose comes into the picture and gets the out. Another good play for Kansas City defensively. And back to first is Chris. 2 down.
Well, we've watched Diaz a couple of times, and he's a little shaky out there. It looks like he took a bad route to a ball earlier in the game, and this was really his ball. Ambrose had to reach in as Diaz peeled off.
It is the second out, and now Hafner will bat.
Affeldt not happy with the pitch, but at least the result was okay for him.
It stayed in the yard. That's the main thing, and his center fielder was able to get to him and maybe take Diaz off the hook. So now Hafner will bat. One for two, a home run, a 2-run home run in a 4-run third inning. And it looked like the Indians, as it was last night, they had a 5-1 lead. Eventually led 6-2. Cronk swings and misses. But Kansas City has come back to make it a 6-5 ball game. No balls, 1 strike. Bob Howry begins to throw in the Indians bullpen. Fouled away. Let's take a look at our Lexus long ball. And courtesy who else? Travis Hafner.
Nothing but long ball these days for Travis. Third inning off Jose Lima, number 32. RBI's number 105, 106.
And the third home run he has hit this season against Lima. Hafner 0 for 2 this year against Affeldt, 0 for 5 in his career, so he's never had a hit against this hard-throwing lefty. It's out of play.
Well, get to Super Happy Hour at your Buffalo Wild Wings. Get $2 off your favorite premium margaritas and martinis. You'll also get great deals on your favorite 23-ounce big beers at the home of the Real Wing.
0-2 on Hafner. Runner at first is Crisp. He got a 1-out single, and then Peralta retired on a fly ball to the warning track in left center. Victor Martinez is on deck. That's downstairs. It is final. Chicago has defeated Minnesota. Well, the Indians must win to stay within a game and a half of the Chicago White Sox right now. They are 92-61. The Indians looking for their 91st victory tonight to try to cut it back to a game and a half lead. And Contreras is still lights out. Mike, he pitched a complete game.
He's had a tremendous second half for them.
Had a notion but didn't chase. It's off the plate outside, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Contreras has won his last 7 now for Chicago. He stepped up big for them again tonight. Still 2 more games remaining in that series. One of the things that concerns the Indians, I think, is the fact that Chicago has Detroit before they come to Cleveland. And that'll be a 4-game series with a team that's not really interested in what's happening right now. Full count, 3-2.
Yeah, that's the difference between Detroit and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, a young ball club, and they've enjoyed the spoiler role this year. They've played the Yankees tough, the Red Sox.
And they've got another chance to do it because they've got a trip to Anaheim before they come to Cleveland.
Well, maybe they'll be tired when they get here on Tuesday.
Well, let's hope so. The Indians will have a day off on Monday. And he's still alive at home plate. Of course, on that 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, Coco Crisp taking off for second. Indians leading by a run. Tribe put together a strong finish in the ball game last night with 6 runs in the last 3 innings and won it 11-6. Here they lead 6-5. $12,519 the attendance tonight. He didn't want to, but he went around for strike 3. So Affeldt finally wins the battle against Hafner. Strands a runner. The Indians have left just 4. Bottom of the 7th is next in Kansas City. Bottom of the 7th. Let's take a look at our Geico quote of the day, and it's a short one from Grady Sizemore. On the Indians, this is a team that doesn't panic.
Very succinct. He is a man of few words, but you understand exactly what he means. And he's right.
Well, the Indians have struck out 10 times in this ball game tonight, and that's a testimony to the kind of arms that the Kansas City Royals can throw at you. Second inning of relief now for Cabrera. He had 2 strikeouts in retiring the Royals in order. He'll be facing Matt Diaz, Emil Brown, and Matt Stairs, but it's going to be Long to pinch hit for Diaz. Well, Terrence Long will come off the bench for Buddy Bell, and he will bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Long was 2 for 5 in the ball game last night. Strike 1 on the corner. Indians have a 1-run lead. Twice tonight the Tribe has had a 4-run lead. Swing and a miss.
That's the splitter right there.
And we're talking about.
That is a nasty pitch off the fastball. Take another look here. He just thrown him a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and here comes that splitter. This is the first time I think Long has seen Fernando Cabrera. He hasn't seen a whole lot of folks.
In the dirt, stayed with the split finger pitch. Long has not faced him before. You're right. Got more of an advantage to the pitcher than the hitter, you
especially when you got a pitch like the splitter.
And a slicing fly ball. Coco is there. Coco was playing in pretty shallow and toward the line a bit, so he is able to track down the fly ball for the first out in the inning. Let's answer the Wendy's trivia question about the first player to have 40 saves. As we said, it would be easy to look at Quisenberry, who did have 40 saves in '83.
Boy, you're just trying to remember how far it went back to where they started to pile up fingers. Suter, Mike Marshall, Dan Quisenberry. It was '83, huh?
45 and 83.
I would have thought somebody had 40 before 1983.
There's the 95-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1.
Well, you had it, partner. You guessed it.
Do I get points for that?
You get nothing but nice going.
Now, that's the first one that pops into your mind when you think about closers. There's a fly ball toward Casey Blake. He started in, now drifts back a few steps. 2 fly ball outs here in the 7th inning. Well, you've been here for it all, and now be here for Indians 2005, a look ahead. Tune in as we hear from those who covered the Tribe all season, from the offensive explosion to the bullpen, see how it all came together to bring the Indians to where they are today. Indians 2005, a look ahead. It'll be next Sunday night, the last day of the regular season, 7 o'clock here on FSN Ohio, and it's presented by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers, a proud sponsor of the Indians on FSN Ohio. 0-1 on Stairs. He has an RBI, officially just 0 for 1. He's also walked and got the RBI on the sac fly. Struck out his first time up, first time he had ever faced CC Sabathia. It's 1-1.
Well, he was sitting on fastball. First pitch was Matt Stairs, didn't get it. He swung at the splitter. So they said, well, we'll try that baby again. Heat might be coming here.
It was 96, and he painted the outside corner.
Tell you what, if this kid stays healthy,
he's got good stuff.
He has got great stuff.
He did not have a good spring training. He's been up with the Indians twice now. There's strike 3. So he gets them 1, 2, 3. Is retired 6 in a row, protecting a 1-run lead as we head to the 8th for Martinez, Belliard, and Hernandez. 6th and the 7th. We'll see what happens when we get to the bottom of the 8th as Martinez bounces it to short. Baroa on the run, throws him out, 1 away.
Well, the hunt for October, it continues. Tickets for the American League Division Series games at Jacobs Field go on sale tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Be there at Jacobs Field. Get your Indians tickets also at Indians.com, right at the box office, or at any of the Indians team shops. For information, you can call 1-866-48 Tribe.
And Bob Howry is still up in the Indians bullpen as Ronnie Belliard bats and takes ball one. From Affeldt, Lima went only 2 2/3 innings tonight. Camp out of the bullpen gave up a run in 3 1/3. Affeldt now gets ahead there with a strike. He gave up a hit in the 7th inning. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. His 2nd inning of relief. Well, there's only 2 pitchers out of the pen we haven't seen, Snyder and McDougald. We have seen everybody else in the first 2 games of the series.
McDougald, their closer.
What you're saying, we don't want to see him.
You do no. Keep him right out there.
Ronnie swings and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Belliard, who had an RBI single in that 4-run 3rd. He's also struck out and flied out. Affeldt had 2 strikeouts in his first inning of relief. And that's Lima. He's still around. He started, and there's a line drive base hit left field. Ronnie gets his 2nd hit of the night. The Indians have a 1-out base runner here in the 8th inning. See if they can continue the pattern, Mike. They have been dynamite, scoring 7, 8, and 9.
Well, and it would be nice to get a little cushion here. I'm talking about the bullpen, John. The biggest bullpen appearance so far has been Cabrera. He did a whale of a job, and he gave Eric just what he needed here. 2 innings to get you to the 8th inning.
And without Arthur Rhodes, that's going to be the problem for Eric Wedge, finding a way to bridge that gap. When you have a night when your starter is off a little bit, as CeCe was tonight.
And that's the problem. And Cliff Lee last night went 6 2/3. There was no Bob Howry last night, so Betancourt had to be extended. Now you're a little short out there if you had to go a little extended time tonight. But Cabrera did a heck of a job.
Foul back just to our right. I'm always amazed at the extremes to which fans go to try to catch those foul balls. That guy fell out of his chair over onto the concrete steps and didn't get the ball. But he'll have a bruise on his backside. 1 out, a runner at first. Hernandez at the plate. Ronnie draws some attention. I have a feeling that as we head down the stretch of this season, and not that many games, 8 games to go after tonight, that the short game is going to be a thing of the past. They're all going to be extended battles. That's what the Indians have got to do, Mike. They've got to battle and keep battling, figure out a way.
This is the time of the year when you're in the race that there's something riding on every pitch.
Foul back again. That'll even it out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lima, Camp, and Affeldt for Kansas City. Sabathia for 5. Cabrera has pitched 2 for the Tribe tonight. Limited appearances for Hernandez against Affeldt. He's only faced him a couple of times. And just once this year. And he strikes him out. 2 down. Coming up immediately after the game, join Andy Baskin for the Indians post-game report. It's presented by Conrad's Total Car Care and Tire Centers. Andy will have exclusive post-game interviews, highlights, and analysis all following the game on the Indians post-game report here on FSN Ohio. Glad to have you with us tonight. An hour earlier start tomorrow night. It'll be Tribe time at 6:30. Play-by-play at 7. Kevin Millwood and Mike Wood will square off. Popped foul. behind the Kansas City dugout by Aaron Boone, and Aaron is 0 for 3. A little dribbler up the third baseline his last time up, and the third baseman Tian made a good play on it. Barehanded and just did get him at first. 6 runs, 8 hits for the Indians, 5 runs, 7 hits for Kansas City. The Indians have a pair of doubles, both by Martinez, and the game's only home run. Kansas City's hits have all been singles tonight. Strike 2.
Well, you watch this guy work and you say how we talked about his numbers and how they could be what they are, because he's got great stuff, but they haven't been able to find a role, and he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
One and 2 now to Booney. Allfeld has been up and down since 2002 with the Kansas City Royals. Last 4 years he's been on the opening day roster for the Royals. He had a good stretch out of the bullpen where he converted 8 saves in a row a year ago, and he's done some starting. He made 8 starts last year, 18 the year before. 1 and 2 on Boone. 2 down runner at first. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Allfeld is 26 years old now. He is from the Washington area, the Spokane, Washington area. And Boone's still alive as he taps it foul. They will have fireworks after the game tonight. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now it's full at 3 and 2. And that will give Belliard a head start at first, as a new supply of baseballs being delivered to Tony Randazzo. Casey Blake on deck. We are in the top of the 8th, and the Indians would like a little more of a cushion than the 1-run lead they have right now. Fly ball slicing down the right field line. Long run for Emil Brown, and just in foul territory, he retires the side. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Indians hanging on at 6-5. Cleveland. Here comes Bob Howry, his 74th appearance.
6 and 3, the record. Has worked 66 2/3 innings. Finally got a night off last night after working all 3 games in the White Sox series. He worked 3 2/3 innings in 3 games against Chicago, with giving up an earned run, but he has been so good in this role, this 8th inning setup role.
And behind him defensively, Ben Broussard takes over at first base. So we are in the 8th. It'll be Angel Baroa, John Buck, and then Tian to bat. The first pitch is fouled out of play. The 0-1 offering. Bounce to third, foul. Howry this year making his 6th appearance against Kansas City. He has no record. 5 1/3 innings, a couple of hits, no runs allowed. Indians had a 4-run third and looked comfortable at 5-1. Eventually got to 6-2, and then Kansas City in CeCe's final inning, getting to him for 3 to make it 6-5, and that's where we stand as we play in the bottom of the 8th on FSN Ohio. Just outside. 95-mile-an-hour pitch from Bob Howry.
Well, the Royals have made a couple of runs at the Indians in the last 2 nights. Had the grand slam home run last night. John had a 4-run inning, had a 3-run inning here in the 5th inning tonight.
Jammed him and he pops it toward Broussard at first base. Backs out on the grass and handles out number 1. That'll bring up John Buck. Bob Howry.
Well, you want to be sure to have a postseason ticket. Sign up to be a 2006 Indian season ticket holder, and you'll receive 2005 postseason ticket priority. Don't miss out. Call now. Friendly customer service standing by during the game. Call 216-420-HITS or stop by any Indians team shop, or you can visit Indians.com.
Howry ready to face the Kansas City catcher, and it's strike 1 to Buck. An RBI single by Buck in the 5th inning, a 2-out base hit that produced run number 5 for the Royals. He had struck out and grounded out in his previous 2 times up. Windbreaker's not a bad idea at this point in the evening. That one is 94, but inside. Bob Howry, 32 years old. The final is in. Boston wins 6-3 over Baltimore. So the Red Sox stay a game and a half behind New York. And they close to within a game of the Indians in the wild card. Check swing foul. It's 1-2.
Pending the outcome of this one tonight. Stretch it back out another half game.
Well, I think the Indians collectively know that they have to keep winning. They really can't think about Boston and New York. They know they've got a game and a half lead in the wild card. And you stay in first place if you keep winning, and we've got a power failure here. The lights have just gone out in Kansas City.
Okay. We had one of those in Cleveland last week.
Did you plug something in we didn't know about?
I don't think so. No.
Well, it's the second time it's happened in the last week or so to the Indians. Kauffman Stadium goes dark. Not supposed to happen until you're ready for the fireworks, is it? And we'll see what the situation is. Bob Howry chatting with the umpires as he heads toward the dugout. I guess there's no sense staying out there on the mound. I don't know how long it takes the lights to come back on.
Well, they're going to have to find the reason and find somebody probably from stadium operations to tell them what's going on, if they know at this point in time.
And the one bank over on the third base side is basically completely out. There are still lights on in center field and lights on in right field. But Montague is the crew chief, and we'll find out what's going to happen here. There you see the darkness on the third base side of Kauffman Stadium.
Well, I remember over in Cleveland, I think it had something to do with some kind of a timing mechanism that shot out a couple of banks of lights. And when you get these kinds of lights, John, they have to cool off before they can be put on again.
Now, this is not what Bob Howry needed.
No.
Remember, we were talking in Chicago that they don't turn on the lights until about a half hour before game time. It's rather dark when the visiting team is going through batting practice before they even turn the lights on. And it's one of those things you can't do anything about it. Bill Skinner doesn't look too worried.
Skin's looking up there saying, yep, lights are out.
And what we're going to do here as we await the return of the lights to Kauffman Stadium, we're going to be taking a look at some of the highlights from those other games we've been talking about, and we are still getting that ready for you. In the meantime, the Indians can just sit and wait. They've got a 6-5 lead. They know for a fact that Chicago has won, Boston has won, New York has won. Everybody that they are in contention with, at least at this point in the season, has a victory tonight. So the Indians, with a 6-5 lead, 1 out, bottom half of the 8th inning, Mike, it's very simple. They've got to win this ballgame somehow, some way.
Well, no question about it, but it's set up the way the script has gone all year. You get to the 8th inning and bring in Howry in the 8th and Wickman in the 9th. But the thing that made it different tonight is CC was only able to go 5 innings. Rafael Betancourt was extended last night, and you needed somebody out there to give you 2 strong innings. They went to Fernando Cabrera. Boy, and the young right-hander came in, and he was lights out, retired all 6 batters that he faced, struck out 3 of them. And this is for a young kid, John, this is a high-pressure situation, and he came in and did the job and did it very, very well.
Eric Wedge had been quoted as
his ball club is playing well. I mean, they swept the Tigers 4 in a row, and they have played the Indians tough so far in this series, and it's not going to be a cakewalk the next 2 ball games either.
Well, it is a 14-minute delay. "14 minutes until we got the lights restored." Kansas City will finish its season on the road after Sunday. They'll play 4 at Minnesota, and then they've got to go to Toronto for a season-ending 3-game series against the Blue Jays. 1-2 the count. Popped up down the right field line. Ronnie Belliard, and it's the first baseman, Ben Broussard, who settled under it. That was in the air for a long time, Mike, and they were able to get a good spot at it.
Yeah, and Ben was able to get down there, turn on it, because that wind is blowing the ball back in toward the infield. So it wasn't like he had to play it over his head, and it was a fairly easy play. You could see that flag, that wind blowing straight in from right field.
Here's Tian. He struck out twice and grounded out. He's 0 for 3. The big blow for Kansas City in the game last night, that grand slam that tied the ball game. And then he fouls it off. Royals eventually took a 6-5 lead, and then Coco with a 2-run homer in the 7th. That proved to be the game-winning hit. The Indians picked up 2 more in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, and won it 11-6. Here they lead it 6-5. On deck, it's Justin Huber. Fly ball toward Coco Crisp in left field. Going back at the warning track, at the wall. It is a home run, and the game is tied. Tian with his 6th homer of the year, the 3rd against the Indians, and we're tied at 6-6. That one just carried enough to get over the wall.
Second homer in as many nights, and Tian looked like he just launched this ball up into the wind, and the wind carried it out of here. Coco Crisp trying to get to it, but couldn't quite get up there. And Tian has his 2nd home run of the series, just his 6th of the year.
Ball 1 away, so we start over. The game is tied. That takes CC out of the picture, takes Lima off the hook. Affeldt and Howry are the pitchers of record. The Kansas City bullpen is busy. It's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. That's McDougal, the lanky closer, getting ready for Kansas City. He's a guy who's really been up and down, hasn't he, in his time so far in the major leagues? Howry may be bothered a bit by giving up the tying home run, and now falls behind Huber. 3 balls, no strikes. Second night in a row that Tian has been the hero with a home run. It was a grand slam that tied it last night, and it's a solo homer that ties it here in the 8th inning tonight. There's the strike, 3-1.
Sure didn't look like it was going to go out of here when it left the bat, but we showed you that wind, which is blowing in from the right field foul pole, and I think it might have helped that ball get out of here, John.
Well, it carried just far enough to get over the wall. 352 feet, but that was enough to tie it up. Full count, 3-2. Bottom of the 8th inning, we are even. Hits are even at 8 apiece. The runs are even at 6 apiece. It's the first extra base hit by the Royals tonight. Indians have a pair of doubles by Victor Martinez and a home run by Hafner. You get to the 9th, Casey Blake will be the leadoff hitter. Fouled back, still 3-2. My mistake. Ambrose did hit a home run, so that's their second extra base hit. Been so long ago, I forgot about it. He was the first batter for Kansas City. So 2 home runs for the Royals tonight. Gives them 49 here in this ballpark. Pretty good battle now at 3-2 between Huber, who is 1 for 3 tonight. He had an infield hit, a broken bat base hit in the second inning, and then struck out his last 2 times up. This one will be settled in the bullpens. We're tied at 6. Another one fouled out of play. He was fouled off the last 3-ball, 2-strike pitches from Bob Howry after falling behind 3-0. He's trying to battle back and finish off this inning. Well, the Royals have scored 6 runs in each of the first 2 games of this series. But to this point, it has not been enough. We'll see how tonight plays out. Another one fouled. Bob just can't get him out of there.
Well, he's just challenging him with fastballs. Has not thrown him anything off speed, hard stuff.
This will be the 10th pitch of this at bat. And he grounds it to first. Broussard will get back to the bag. Ben with all 3 putouts in the inning, but the 2-out home run by Mark T in the opposite way means we have a brand new game with the 9th inning coming up. It's 6-6, and you see Blake will lead it off. Then we go to the top of the order, Grady Sizemore and Coco Crisp, the Indians and it's 6-6. We go to the top of the 9th. They will bring on their closer. McDougal will come on for the Royals for the 65th time this season.
4-5, 20 of 23 in save opportunities with a 3.39 earned run average. He has struck out 69 batters in 66 and 1/3 innings pitched. So he is a power pitcher. Good slider.
An all-star in 2003. He is 1-1 with a save against the Indians, and that 96-mile-an-hour fastball is outside. We showed you the arms they brought out of the bullpen in the ball game last night. And there's Joe McEwing. He'll take over for Huber at first. One and one. We are in the 9th inning. A 6-6 ball game. Hang on. 1-1 the count on Casey Blake. Back to the screen it goes with the breaking ball. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for both teams. Casey is 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. Popped it up. It's Baroa. In fair territory, stays with it, had to battle the elements, but 1 out. Best Damn Sports Show period is the greatest nightly sports show on television. Tonight it's a special Hurricane Katrina relief show as we hear from the Mississippi native Brett Favre, former Saints lineman Kyle Turley, and Louisiana native Terry Bradshaw, plus a whole lot more. It's the Best Damn Sports Show period tonight after the Indians post-game report. Grady Sizemore, the batter. Strike one to him. Grady has a home run against McDougal this year. He's 2 for 4 against a hard-throwing right-hander, with a double and a home run this year. He has struck out 3 times in addition to being hit by a pitch, stealing a base, and scoring a run. Tried to hold up, could not on the breaking pitch. So quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. In the Indians bullpen, it's Bob Wickman. That's what he would face if he comes in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Indians like to see him come in with a lead. Fouled back into the seats. Still 0-2. Sizemore had 5 consecutive hits to finish the ball game last night. Tonight, not much contact. 3 strikeouts and been hit by a pitch. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Bounced it in there.
I would think, John, I mean, Wickman's just getting loose in case the Indians score. Tie ball game. You would think Bob Howery would come back. We shall see.
One ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody aboard. We are in the top of the 9th. Right down to it here in Kansas City. Was it 4 in a row prior to the Indians arriving. They have played tough. Montague says he did not go. So the count's even at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you didn't think Buddy Bell was going to give anything away.
Absolutely not.
To his good buddies on the third base side.
He wants to win as many games as he can with this young team. From 0-2 to 3-2. Trying to use the off-speed pitch on him instead of the fastball. Now it's a full count with Coco Crisp on deck. Coco had the big home run for the Indians in the 7th inning last night. Tonight a run for the Royals in the 8th to tie it. Just foul. Hit it hard, and Jerry Lane had the jackknife out of the way. Dodging that liner. Lima, Camp, Affeldt, and McDougal for Kansas City. Sabathia, Cabrera, and Howery have pitched for the Indians. We're in the 9th, tied at 6. Rolled to second base and bobbled. An error gives the Indians a chance. Blanco, maybe a little too nonchalant, Mike. He did not make the play, and Grady never stops running.
Maybe a lot too nonchalant. Yeah, that was about as routine as you're going to find right there. He brought it into his body before the ball even got there. Take another look. See, he brought it up, and the ball stayed down a little more than he thought it was going to. The thing about here, John, you can run on McDougal. That's big because you got the guy who can steal the base at first base. See if the Indians decide to do anything here. Got a hole open on the right side.
Or when they might want to do something. Coco at the plate, got a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 4, struck out a couple of times and flied out. 1 for 8 in his career against McDougal. And 1 hit coming this year. I mentioned McDougal, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 save against the Tribe so far in 05. Fastball away. 96 miles an hour, but up and off the plate. Coco checking in with Joel Skinner down at third. Go ahead runners aboard here in the 9th inning. Royals 13th in the league defensively, commit their 115th error of the year. Now, can the Indians take advantage of the mistake? They've been able to do that quite often lately. We'll see how this one plays out. We're in the ninth with 1 out, 1 on. Just going to hold the ball. Nope, he comes to the plate. And it's chopped right in front of the plate. McDougald, bare hand, throw to first, throws it high, throws it away. Sizemore to third. Oh.
Man.
So now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away, and there's 1 out in the inning with Peralta coming up. We'll see how they score that.
Oh, it's got to be an error. It was a routine play. And this ball is right here. McDougald just didn't react to it. And when he did, he just threw it like a hand grenade.
And that enabled Sizemore to go all the way to third on the play. Brady racing to third, checks in there. So he's the go-ahead run at third. There's 1 out in the inning, and here comes Buddy Bell. So back-to-back errors have opened the door for the Tribe in the ninth.
Well, and the one person he wants to settle down is McDougald, because he had a bad play behind him on the ground ball Sizemore hit, and then he made a bad play himself. So Buddy's saying, hey, you've got this game in your hands, and don't let those plays affect you. It's still a tie ball game. You got to get, you got to, what you have, John, he's got a strikeout situation, or he's still got a double play situation.
Well, the error by the second baseman, the error by the pitcher, and the Indians are in business. The Royals will pinch their infield.
They're looking in the dugout to see where Buddy wants to play him.
Double play. They're going to be halfway. Of course, first baseman holding the runner at first. Third baseman even with the bag. Bouncing ball through the left side. Indians take the lead. Peralta singles to left, and the Indians go back on top 7-6. Johnny's second RBI of the night. He's got 75 on the year. He didn't do much with it, Mike, but he found a hole.
Well, that's all you got to do when they bring that infield up. It creates those holes, and it cuts down angles to the ball, so you don't have to hit it hard if you can get it close to a hole, and they took advantage big time of the 2 errors here.
Well,
Johnny Peralta
have the lead.
Yep, with his 75th run batted in.
And that'll bring up Travis Hafner. Now Sizemore scores the run. The Indians back on top 7-6. Ninth hit of the night for the Indians. The second of the ball game for Peralta. And the Indians are on top again. That was a gift-wrapped run right there. Let's see what Hafner can do against McDougald. He's 1 for 1 against him this year, a double.
Mike McDougald does not have good memories of ninth innings here in Kansas City against the Indians.
That's for sure.
He was involved in that ninth inning where the Indians scored 11 runs.
The ninth inning nightmare.
Gave up 7 runs. And
that was sloppy Kansas City defense on that occasion. The final out was dropped on the warning track in left field, remember?
Chip Ambrose, who's playing center field tonight, did that.
Well, the back-to-back errors, and the Indians do take advantage of it. Tribe on top again, 7-6. Hafner now at the plate. 1 out, 2 on. He chops it toward first. It's foul. After a home run, a big 2-run home run. He unloaded.
Now you will see Bob Whitten for sure in that bottom of the ninth inning.
Absolutely. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Leaving it out. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Royals certainly have not rolled over for the Indians, at least in the first 2 games of this series, Mike. They battled their way back, took the lead 6-5 in the ball game last night, and tonight with a home run in the 8th tied it up as they came back to make it 6-6. But 2 errors have opened the door, and the Indians, with the base hit by Peralta, are back on top 7-6. They must win. Boston has won. Chicago has won. The Yankees have won. Tried to hold up, but he went around, I think. No, he did not. On the appeal. I thought the home plate umpire called it. Instead, he looked at Montague, and Ed said no, he didn't go. So it's 2-1.
This is about the angle that the third base umpire has. And
might have caught a break again. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, 2 on. Backs him off the plate with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 3-1. And out in the bullpen, a guy we saw a little bit last night, Christy Maria, warms up. I told you we were going to see the whole bullpen, and we have.
Well, we have, no question about it. And Buddy just shaking his head, I'm sure, and inside churning.
Yeah, well, there's nothing you can do.
No.
You can't catch it for him out there, or throw it either. Hafner was ready to go to first, but not yet, says Tony Randazzo. It's a full count of 3-2.
Well, it's not a pitch he wants to swing at 3-1 anyway. That's not in his wheelhouse. He's looking for something middle of the plate in. Actually, McDougal made a pretty good pitch, gave him that little backdoor slider. And now with 2 strikes, Travis will cover the whole plate.
Fouled it back. You notice he did not throw him a fastball there.
With a 1-run lead, 3 balls, 1 strike. If you're Travis Hafner, you're sitting there saying, I'm going to look for a pitch middle of the plate in that I can drive out of this ballpark. And they, on the other hand, didn't want to give him that pitch.
No, they did not. Let's see what they do here. Another 3-2 pitch with 2 on and 1 out. Got him with a breaking ball. Third straight time Hafner is down on strikes. 2 outs in the inning. Good pitch there by McDougal.
Yeah, for a 3-2 pitch, he threw him a good curveball, hard curveball slider down.
Put it in a good spot.
Yep.
And that'll leave it up to Victor. He is 2 for 5 with 3 strikeouts against the hard-throwing right-hander. It's in his career. 1 for 2 against him this year. 2 on, 2 outs, a run home. A gift run, courtesy the Kansas City defense. Ball 1. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but in. The Indians leading 7-6. His error started it. The throwing error by the pitcher fueled the fire, and the Indians got a big base hit from Peralta. Bouncer through the left side to score the go-ahead run here in the ninth. Wickman continues to work in the pen. There's that breaking pitch. 2-0. So McDougald trying to finish it off and give his Royals a chance and do up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Blanco, Ambrose, and Long. The 2-0 pitch from McDougald. Makes it 2-1. Finds the corner with a fastball.
Obviously, he has confidence in his breaking stuff too, John, because he was able to throw it on that 3-2 pitch to Travis Hafner. So you can't just sit on the fastball, although as hard as he throws, it's tough to look for something else.
You're right. 2-1 the count. And now too much time taken by McDougald. He had the big year with 27 saves, an all-star in 2003, which was a good year for Kansas City. But then the problems developed last year. He had only one save at the major league level. He was at Omaha. He was at Wichita. But he's bounced back this year, missing inside. Three and one. Ronnie Belliard is on deck for the Tribe. The Indians have scored the go-ahead run here in the 9th inning. Looking for more. He fell behind Hafner, but was able to come back and get him on a good breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. See what he does with this 3-1 pitch to Martinez. Crisp and Peralta, the base runners. Went after that 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but couldn't get to it. Full count.
Well, he gets on top. He's a big guy. If he gets on top of that thing, watch this go down. Victor swings right over the top of it, thinks that he's on it, but it's got good sinking action to it.
Another 3-2 pitch for McDougald. That'll load him up. He missed with the breaking ball. Well, the bases are full, and of course, for McDougald's case, the inning should be over by now.
Yeah, no question about it. He tried to go the same way with Martinez that he did with Hafner, 3-2, and then try to get him out on a breaking pitch, but he couldn't throw it for a strike. See what Ronnie Belliard does here.
Belliard has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 4.
If he gets what he is looking for early, he'll swing at something early in the count.
Yes, he will. See if he throws him a fastball that he can handle. Well, with a breaking pitch, and he bounced it foul third base side. Ronnie likes in these kind of situations, Mike, to go after that first pitch.
Well, he's an aggressive hitter. He always has been.
That grand slam earlier this year. He had been hitting line drives all over the ballpark and finally got one out. No balls, 1 strike. High fastball. That was nowhere near Buck wanted it, was it? He wanted that ball away and down, and it was up. Well, McDougald's thrown 30 pitches here in the 9th inning, and Kansas City has given away the lead. The Indians have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Leans him back.
Well, we said McDougald's got a good arm, but the deeper this goes, the more the advantage goes to Ronnie Belliard, who likes the fastball, and if he can eliminate other pitches and knows that fastball's coming. This is a big pitch right here for McDougald. They might have the benefit of one more breaking ball. I don't know if they would do that here or not.
And we'll find out right now. It's in for a strike, and they do.
They did. And now you could do it again if you want to, and that can plant some doubt in Ronnie Belliard's mind. I mean, they knew that he was sitting on the fastball. Unfortunately for McDougal, able to throw a strike at the bottom of the zone.
So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ronnie 2 for 5 this year with the bases loaded and 2 outs. One of them was his grand slam. Ready for a 2-2 pitch. It'll pop up on the infield. Blanco is there. The inning is over, but 2 errors by Kansas City. They hand the lead to the Indians. It is 7-6. That was the first one. This is the second one. The Indians will go to the bottom of the ninth trying to win. For victory number 91.
62nd appearance of the year, an 0-4 record, but a 2.59 earned run average. He leads the American League in saves with 44, and that's the second most in team history. Only Jose Mesa.
Well, Denny Hocking will pinch hit. Hocking pinch hit in the ball game last night and got a base hit. He will bat first. Then it'll go to Ambrose and Long. Pretty good numbers for the veteran utility guy against Bob Wickman. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Wickman gets ahead. 91-mile-an-hour Wickman fastball. And Hocking faced him 1 time this year and struck out. Chip Ambrose to follow. Indians lead it by a run, 7-6. That makes it 1 ball at 2 strikes. They don't come easy, do they, Mike? Any time of the year, and especially now. Just try to grind it out and get a win any way you can.
It doesn't have to be pretty.
No. Got him to chase the tag, the out, 1 away.
Chased a curveball. It was a ball in the dirt, but Hocking chased it. Victor tagged him.
And Aaron Guile grabs a bat. Aaron Guile, a left-hander off the bench to bat in the 9th inning. And then you've got the left-hander Long to follow.
Well, at Alltel, you can change your wireless plan without extending your contract, so you always have a plan that fits your needs. Ask about anytime plan changes at Alltel store near you or at alltel.com.
Wickman to face the left-hand hitting Aaron Guile. A 1-run ball game. Terrence Long is on deck. 1 out, 9th inning. One ball, no strikes. Guile 0 for 1 against Wickman. Two and 0. Guile was one of the minor leaguers who was honored before the game because he was named the Omaha Royals Player of the Year. Hit 30 homers, drove in 95 at AAA, and he fouls it off, strike 1. We had a bunch of their minor leaguers here before the game, honoring them for their performances this year. He came back to the big league club on August the 25th. Remember the Pacific Coast League All-Star team? 2 balls, 1 strike. Wickman ready. 3-1.
Well, he's a good player. He's had some problems the last couple of years with injuries.
Royals trying to get that tying run aboard here in the bottom of the ninth. The Indians are on top by a run. And there's a tapper toward first. Wickman hustles over. Broussard slips, finds the feed, and gets the out. Just slipped a little bit as he fielded the ball, but still was able to make the flip. Wickman hustling over to get the out, 2 down.
Well, he made a good play, even though he slipped, recovering and leading Bob to the bag. Ground might be a little wet and soft because of the rain we've had, but see right there, he led him to the bag. He gave him a good lead. Watch Bob being able to reach out, catch the ball, tag the bag. That's a good play. That's textbook right there.
That's what you work on over and over again.
Try to hit him above the belt.
A lot of hours in spring training, and then even during the course of the regular season, you'll go back again and do it.
Yep.
You want to make it as automatic as you can, that when the ball goes to the right side, the pitcher's first thought is going to first base. Long 2 hits and 3 at-bats against Wiki, and he hits this one toward left field. Coco going back. He's there. And the ball game is over. Bob Wickman out of the bullpen. A 1-2-3 inning. And the Indians get the win. They keep the pressure on everybody else. The Tribe has made it 2 straight here in Kansas City. And let you look at this. The Indians remain a game and a half behind the White Sox. They were victorious tonight over Minnesota. The Red Sox won in Baltimore. The Indians continue to lead them by a game and a half for the wild card. Mike, a huge, huge win again tonight.
And whatever it takes. I mean, whether you pound them into submission or whether they give it away and give it to you, which is what the Royals did tonight. At this point in the season, you'll take it any way you can get it, especially, as you said, John, knowing that you have to win the ball game. Everybody else has won. So a big win tonight, and we come back and try to do it all over again tomorrow.
Man, it was the 2 errors in the top of the 9th inning that's pretty much handed the ball game to the Indians. Wickman now just 1 away from the all-time record in saves for a single season as he closes in on Mesa's mark. He did it 1-2-3 fashion tonight. Indians win 7-6. Stay with us. We'll be back.